Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. A-Listers episode 59, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1. We are going to be talking about Liverpool being top of both leagues. We are going to be talking about the Tractors. Ipswich. Oh my God. Spurs are the biggest bottle jobs in football history, you guys. You get me? And we're going to be talking about Man United. Amorim era has started. You get me? So big up to all of you guys. And of course, if you want us to start by talking about David Coote, we can. This is how you guys can let your opinions be known. Put the number 1 in the chat if you want us to start by talking about David Coote. We could give him his own section if you guys would like. First of all, big up to my guy, Terry, for the redirect. Big up everyone who's locked in. Already 300 people in here. We ain't even started the stream yet. Every single... I've never seen more ones than a strip club. Bloody hell. Anyway, make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Every single one of you guys right now, hit the likes. You guys know how A-Listers gets. We still have the Egal and Lewis fight later. We still have Jacob crying about the Tractors later. So this is going to be one hell of a stream. Just like the video now so we can enjoy it, my people. And help get us to 40.7k. You get me? So we're 1 subscriber away. So whichever bastard hasn't subscribed yet, subscribe. So introducing first and foremost, it feels good for this guy because he's been in the penthouse with me for the last 3 weeks ever since Ten Hag has been sacked. You get me? He's just been, I'm up there. You get me? I'm up there. You know. So joining us on the channel is a guy that has had his Independence Day and now has been celebrating W's for his football club. Man like Shikh is in the building. How you doing, Shikh, man?
Doing good, man. Big up to you, Sam. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys are obviously smashing the likes and subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, man, like you said, it's been happy days. I've been feeling really good in a while, man. Hey, Rude, first of all, massive respect to you, Rude. I think you got our goal difference back to 0. I think so in like the span of like 2 games, and to Ten Hag, it wasn't really that hard. But shout out to Rude. Obviously new manager in, so it's just vibes, man. This is really it. Now we have a lot of work to do though. I think yeah, Ruben Amorim, he's already officially joined today though, so we got to get to work. That's really what it is. But 3 points, we win convincingly, dominated the game too. When was the last time I said that, man? When was the last time I said that? And yeah, it was only Leicester. I get it. It was only Leicester, but it is what it is. Yeah, let me be happy. Well, big up to you, bro.
Joining us on the top row, guys. There is different laws in life. First of all, when it comes to this conversation, we all know Jacob is in the bottom row. Let's be serious. Obviously, they're in the bottom row. They lost to Ipswich at home. Egal or Lewis, who's going to be in the top row? This is the worst result for who? Is this the worst result for Lewis because they're at home, no?
It's the draw is a worse result for Arsenal for me, personally.
Chat, who should be
who
should be top row, chat? I actually don't know.
I think Lewis should be top row.
Yeah, but you're pro Lewis anyway. You're a fraud.
Wait, what do you mean? Lewis. You asked me. I just said who should be top row, Lewis. I just.
So you want me to put Jacob top row? Man said neither.
No, because he lost.
Jacob lost to Ipswich. He cannot be top row.
He can't be top row. So if there's one more spot for top row, I think it should be Lewis. Look at the chat. Everyone's saying Lewis as well.
Fair enough.
Man. Big up the chat.
You get me? Democracy rules. I don't know why this guy's in top row, but we're gonna put him in the top row just by definition. You get me? Man like Lewis is in the building. Hi, Lewis.
Yo, big up. 2 points dropped. I want to say that from the start so no one can drop this waffle that, oh, you're glorifying a draw, you're celebrating a draw. Shut up. It ain't that. This is 2 points dropped, and yet another week where we've come back without the big name scalp that we wanted. But ultimately, Arsenal are meant to be the title contenders. This is phase 5 Arteta. They're meant to be levels clear of us. They're meant to be a better team. And I'm leaving this one annoyed that we didn't take 3 points. So I guess on a technicality, I should be top row. Plus, Egal was talking a lot of madness on last week's A-listers, and we will come back to those quotes because
also remember how we keep the same energy.
I was told that it was a guaranteed victory. I was told a lot of craziness, and we haven't got that still.
Also, remember, Lewis, we have to keep the same energy. You're above Arsenal on the table, so Lewis is in top row.
That too.
That's just the rules.
Yeah, we're
third. Your mic is loud as hell. Remember, there is no class ref today. So.
Yeah, my bad.
There is no class rep. There is no
Yeah,
Alex.
we
You
were,
get
didn't
me?
we? What the? Nice.
Hey, big up,
Nice.
big up. Joining us next, despite the fact he drew away at Stamford Bridge after calling them a brothel, you get me? It's still not as bad as losing to Ipswich at home, who have their first win of the season. But he's here, the biggest troublemaker in the Arsenal fan base by far. Man like Egal is in the building. How you doing, Egal, man?
Lewis, don't act like you didn't celebrate that draw. Don't lie to the public.
What do you mean, man? Go back to my stream. Go back to my review.
You stood outside Stamford Bridge with a photo of Kai Havertz smiling, taking pictures. 10 p.m.
Oh! I can't
What?
smile after a draw now. I
You're
can't
celebrating
smile.
the draw, bro. You guys,
How
you
does
guys
smiling
are
mean
just making it up.
celebrating? What
You
is this
guys-
horrific
you guys are taking
gaslighting?
this as your
What
biggest.
is this hideous
This is your
gaslighting?
This is your biggest scalp of the season. A draw versus Arsenal at home.
Sheikh, I
What
don't
do
even
you,
have to do
what do you
anything.
mean,
Yeah,
man?
no
This
intro,
ain't our
bro.
biggest
No
scalp. This ain't no scalp. I would
Yeah, this
expect
is-
you to
this is-
say
this
that
is what
as
you-
an Arsenal
you
fan
going
because
around-
you man are
you're going
used
around to
to
every
glorifying draws. Don't think I forgot about 2020 when you lot got a 2-2 draw at the bridge and was celebrating it for a week straight.
That's how you feel
I
right now.
understand why
I
you
feel
think
like I
that
lost.
because it's
I
your
feel like I lost.
mindset. That's
I
your
feel like
club's
I'm lost.
mindset.
I'm here-
We're
I'm
annoyed
here-
that we didn't
One
take
second,
3
one second.
points from your
One second.
scrubby institution.
This feels like a loss for me. For you, it feels like a moral victory. For
No,
you,
it doesn't.
it
How
feels
how
like
are you
3 points.
speaking on behalf of me when I'm here?
I can tell. I can tell.
What do you mean I can tell? This
can
gaslighting is
tell.
ridiculous.
I can tell. With the
Hey,
men.
what do you mean I
smiling
can
here
tell?
going, yeah, Kai Havertz didn't score.
You
That's-
how
Your
how
victory
can
is
you
Kai
tell?
Havertz
Wait.
didn't score.
How can you tell? Please tell me. How can you tell?
Let me get visual evidence. Let
Go
me
on.
get visual
Okay,
evidence.
get the visual evidence.
Wait, in
As
fact,
you get the
I've
visual
got
evidence,
evidence.
I got it.
Wait.
Does this look like someone mad after the game, or is someone happy? He looks happy to me.
Okay, go back to my review. Go back to my review where I said 2 points dropped. Go to the Chelsea Fan TV TikTok where I said 2 points
Okay, so
dropped.
why are you
Go
coming
back
here
to my
acting like you can cook
go back to
somebody?
my stream where I said 2 points dropped. So what are
Hey,
you waffling about?
One second. You're at home. We still haven't beaten you since 2020. Remember that.
Why are you deflecting? We're talking about this one game.
No. I'm talking. What?
Yeah.
Guys,
We're
can I
talking
bring
about this
Jacob
game.
here
Why are you
first?
going back to
One
your
second.
record
You
against us when we're
mentioned
talking about
2020.
this one
One
performance?
second. You mentioned 2020 first.
Egal, can I
I'm just-
bring Jacob first?
Yeah, because
Can I
I'm
Bring
talking about
Jacob.
your mentality.
Can I bring Jacob? So, guys, the biggest
Yeah.
loser of this week, you get me, the tractor merchant. But we love him regardless. He couldn't make Ahwa yesterday, but there's the positive of having him on A-listers. He doesn't duck smoke. Man like Jacob is in the building. Hi, Jacob. Also, where's your robe? Why are you quiet? Can you say hi to the people and shit? What the hell is this, Jacob?
Oh, I muted myself. There's too much tractor work outside my doors.
And Potter Cobbler out.
Oh, hell no. Don't miss me with that
The guy's
bullshit.
just
Don't
out there
start the
shooting
show
at
off
everyone.
with that bullshit.
Okay, what is it gonna take for you to be Ange out?
Salam alaikum, y'all. Hit the likes, hit the subscribes. Big up, everybody.
Alaikum assalam.
Pick up, everyone.
Okay,
Okay, guys, I'm going to make an executive decision. I know you guys all put ones for us to start with Coote, but I'm going to make it the second section now because we have to talk Arsenal Chelsea. The energy is unmatched. So, big up everyone in the chat.
Speaking of energy, can you?
I will. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Go subscribe to Carefree Lewis G. Subscribe to Shikh TV. Subscribe to United Spurs of America. Subscribe to Egal Talks Football. Subscribe to all of these guys' channels and show them the same love that you show me. Like the video now, you frauds. And speaking of Arsenal and Chelsea, I can't believe we've got there already. Okay, this is Lewis. Hi.
A league game in
Stamford
3 matches.
Bridge. One second. Stamford Bridge is a fucking
one
brothel.
second.
We go in there, we pick which girl we want, and we go to the room. That's what we do when we go to Stamford Bridge. So you figure it out. You tell me.
Damn.
Well,
This is coming from a
Did
man.
you just call Stamford Bridge the red light district? That's insane.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know. Chelsea could win.
He said everyone.
Okay, in the theoretical possibility that
12
they
minutes, 50
It's over.
seconds, guys.
Stamford Bridge is a brothel. Their defense is open as fuck. And when it comes down to it, Chelsea will fix our defense, our goal scoring issues.
All the
We go to
guys.
They swear.
Stamford Bridge, magically we're just gonna appear and score goals. I'm more worried about Inter Milan on Wednesday than I am Stamford Bridge.
Rightfully so.
Chelsea is not a problem. Chelsea right now, they are still They are a good bad team. They're good against bad teams, but they're not that good against good teams. That's what they are.
Well, what is Arsenal seen as they haven't won their last 3 league games?
Yeah, fair enough. But we're still gonna beat you.
Well, there's the end.
So, Lewis, the floor is yours. Go ahead, brother.
Like I said from the start, 2 points dropped. I'm disappointed with the lapses of concentration that we showed, and also fumbling the chances that we did make. Maybe a draw's a better result, a fairer result for both teams, but I'm annoyed about it because I feel like they were there for the taking. Like, Arsenal didn't impress me. The attack I thought was all toothless. Partey did his thing against Palmer, kept him quiet. Odegaard, I thought, was still good, even despite being his first game back. Other than that, I wasn't really that impressed. I just thought we were very, very frustrating when we brought the ball forward. Like, our build-up play was good in the first phase, and then it just seemed to peter out the further forward we got. Noni was very wasteful. Palmer, when he was on the ball, was wasteful. Jackson didn't get a lot of service. He had a decent game, but it feels like the United away game again, where Neto was the only standout forward for us. Shout out to Caicedo, bitched out Declan Rice, as I expected him to. Speaking of bitches, Kai Havertz, hold that man, did the shush celebration for absolutely nothing and then proceeded to do nothing else for the rest of the game. And yeah, just a pretty annoying game from both sides. Pretty annoying game because I felt like they were there for the taking, especially within the first half. But then we come out for the second half a little bit worse. And then we give away a stupidly tin pot goal where Gusto is ball watching. We're narrow as hell with our defensive line, which is part of the reason why Arsenal could commit so many players on the left wing. Noni is lazy tracking back. And then Robert Sanchez, how he gets beaten from that angle by Martinelli, of all people, like, it begs belief. But shout out to Neto and Enzo, because all we needed was a moment of magic to get back into the game. Because mentally, we fell off after that goal. We looked like we were going to concede again. We needed that goal just to get ourselves back into the swing of things. But ultimately, a very frustrating performance. Very frustrating.
Here, you have it, Egal.
Yeah,
See, he's not happy with the draw. You just make up stuff, Egal. What is this behavior, brother?
No, he's just saying that for show to cover face because they celebrated.
Oh,
should I bring up my fan cam from yesterday? Okay, cool.
They celebrated that draw after the game. Lewis,
sounds like an accusation to me.
Yeah.
You know what, Lewis? Your team's improved. Your team's improved. It is a moral victory for you guys because you showed a better.
There's no moral victory. We're not Arsenal.
You showed a better performance than you did against Liverpool. You showed a better performance than you did against City, or maybe you just got a better result than you did against those two teams, as you did get a point, and that point goes one step forward towards your hope for top 4. And at this moment in time, you guys have you guys could say you have the. You could say you have bragging rights over us slightly because I expected to win that game. I did not expect to drop points. And even in the final minutes, I thought we could have won that game, but we didn't. I thought it was a 50-50 game. I don't agree with Mikel Arteta's analyzation of the game that we were the much better team. I don't think we were the much better team. I thought Chelsea were actually the better team in the first half. And I thought, I need to come here today. And if there's one thing I'm going to do, I'm a man, and I apologize when I'm wrong. I'm wrong about one major factor, Pochettino. Lewis, I owe you an apology. Pochettino was a terrible manager, and he would not have ever been able to manage a situation where he makes players who are not as good play up to their opponents that are better than them on the ball and better than them defensively. I thought you guys looked better in.
Why do you do this? Why?
One second.
Egal, why do you like this?
No, he's actually cooking. He's cooking.
No, he's not, because he's making it Poch. That's very shameless. Last season.
Here we go. As soon as we bring Poch, you have to start defending
I'm going to say one second. One second. I have to say one thing. Egal, I'm going to say one thing and then I'm going to mute myself. Bro, last season, Lewis worked with me on the Back Again podcast. Shikh was watching in the audience when I said we're going to slap Man United by 6 goals, okay? And it ended up being 0-0. I got cooked. You, per Lewis's video, just called Stamford Bridge the brothel. So what you're not gonna do is make this about Poch and
No,
deflect.
but one
You have to
second.
talk about why you went into a brothel and still couldn't hit. So tell us.
Yeah.
We got a
That's
dead
the
team.
real
What do you
shit
want me to
here. Is
do?
how you talk about Poch.
Listen.
Fuck Poch. Maraska's better. Happy now? Talk about you. Why did you go into the brothel? and not get
What?
anything?
Oh,
No,
wait,
no,
wheel
fuck
that
it.
back.
Because Lewis, he's deflecting. How can he call you a brothel and he wants to come out here and talk about Poch in his first statement?
No,
What
no,
the
but
fuck?
I agree. But that was groundbreaking.
Push your
a
Poch hatred to the side. There's a bigger thing here. You cannot say Stamford Bridge is a brothel. We go into the
One
room.
second.
and
If
we
you
do
guys
whatever
want,
we
one
want.
second. If you guys want to cook, you guys can cook afterwards. Let me just.
I'm
finish
not
my point.
cooking. I'm just telling you. You have to address what happened instead of you
Okay.
talk about Poch.
Hussam, what do you want me to address
Alright, then, my
specifically
God.
before I finish?
Address
my
on the pitch. Talk about your performance. Talk about what the fuck happened on the football pitch. That's what we need. Fuck
First of all,
Pochettino.
First of all, both Bukayo Saka
Oh, we
and
got it twice.
both Bukayo Saka and what do you call it, Cole Palmer got neutralized. So that's one thing. Cucurella did not deserve man of the match. Man of the match deserved to go to Pedro Neto, who was the best winger on the pitch out of both teams. He was better than Saka on the day. I'll give him credit there, right? And he created a good moment. He was smart enough to realize that, hey, when it comes to that situation where Arsenal centre back just got off the pitch and Declan Rice is filling in, use his space and occupy his space and use that space. As for why we went to Chelsea, bro, in the final minutes we still could have won. It wasn't like it was a situation where Chelsea outplayed us for 90 minutes. It wasn't a situation where we lost. It wasn't a situation where these things happen. We did not get the rub of the green. It was a 50-50 game and we came out of it with a draw. I think a draw is a fair result. I'm not going to sit here ashamed in my team. It's not like we lost.
So you basically underestimated Chelsea then.
No.
So they drew in the brothel, guys, and it's okay.
I'm not saying we underestimated Chelsea. I underestimated.
I mean you.
I underestimated the jump you guys could make with a new manager and maybe a couple improvements in the window. I thought today.
So you underestimated Chelsea.
No. I did not underestimate you fully. I just thought you guys were. I just thought my team would still be able to do some of the stuff that they normally do, which we have not been able to do recently. And the performance versus Inter and the performance versus you, although I disagree with you, I thought our performance was better than the likes of Newcastle and all these other games. I thought it was a better performance. It's just the result does not match up with the performance. I thought we had a much better performance than we did in the last couple of games, and I thought we were the better team in the second half. I thought we were pushing to win the game, but in the first half, that's where I was like, what is going on here? And that's where I'm giving you guys the most credit, because your plan coming out the gate in the first half, that is better than what I've seen from you guys in both. That's better than what I've seen from you guys in 2 years, let alone last year. So and coming to your ground the last 2 years, it's been a good hunting ground for us. We kicked the ball around, got a goal and chilled. And I thought once we got the goal, we were going to be able to chill. But hey, overall, I was not convinced by my team's performance. They did not breathe me with confidence. Even until the final minute when we looked like we were going to score, I still came out of that game and was very annoyed.
I'm confused. So was it? Did you underestimate us or not? Did you guys play well or not?
No, I thought we played better than we did before. I thought the second half of the game we played well, but I'm giving Chelsea credit because you guys did a good job stifling us in the first half. And I thought you guys played well also. So it's a 50-50 game. Both teams had moments. Both teams had moments where they were somewhat neutralized.
Why'd you go to the brothel and end up in the friend zone?
That's where you're getting cooked because you said it wasn't going to be that last week.
I
thought it was going to be an easy game.
One second, to answer his question, I don't think it's a friend zone thing. I think it's just we
went to the brothel and got in the friend zone with all the workers.
Yeah. We ended up going home early. None of them were.
You're that dude that sits outside the strip club waiting for his girlfriend to get off work.
Rich coming from you.
Hey, I'm down here. So I'm just
like you're both in the basement. So let's not.
I'm down here. Yeah.
I'm just like how's the
problem with you is your energy.
There's a shift of energy. Exactly.
Yeah, like this is the thing. Sean said it in the chat. Jacob just said it. Imagine.
But
right now.
1 second. How can my energy be the same after a draw? You want me to sit
Okay,
here
I'll tell you the problem. You should come here, shit on all your players, cook your manager, because you went to the brothel and you got blue balled.
No, the only people who deserve to get cooked is Leandro Trossard. That guy has been absolutely stinking it up. He gave away. He got a red card versus Man
You
City.
scapegoat
He
alert.
gave the ball away in a dangerous position versus Bournemouth to get a red card. Inter Milan, Liverpool stinkers, and then comes on versus Chelsea, and in the last minutes of the game misses the open goal, misses another chance, and kicks the ball away from Kai Havertz, which would have been a tap in to win the game.
The whole
What about
attack didn't
Rice?
turn up
What
for
about
you guys,
Saka?
in my
Yeah,
opinion.
what about Bukayo Saka? What about Kai Havertz?
Bukayo
as
Saka
well?
and Cole Palmer both were
Didn't Kai
neutralized.
Havertz
They
have
were
like
against
10
us.
touches
One
in the
second,
first
one
half or
second.
something?
Based
Didn't he
on
have, like,
based
only
on
10
how
touches?
people speak about Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka had a good game.
Why are you bringing up Phil
Why are
Foden?
we
Why are you
Brother,
bringing up
deflecting?
Phil
No one
Foden?
mentioned
He's
Foden.
trapped.
Egal, why are you bringing up Phil Foden?
No
Talk
one
about this
mentioned
game.
Foden.
Talk about
No
this
one
game.
mentioned
Based on-
Foden. Foden's
because
ass this
Saka-
season, bro.
No, talk
Because
about
Saka
this
created
game.
one of the most dangerous
Stop
chances of the game.
deflecting. Let's talk about your players, because we'll talk about Chelsea and we can talk about Palmer later
I already
on.
spoke
But let's
about
talk about
Saka.
your players.
Once again, I already spoke about Saka. He had a bad game. He was not good enough on the day. And I thought Cucurella did good. I thought you guys doubled up on him a lot. I thought the one chance he did create from Mikel Moreno should have been a tap-in, but Mikel Moreno couldn't get there in time. Overall, it was not a good game from Bukayo Saka. But in the same breath, we shut down what do you call it, Cole Palmer. We shut down Cole
Yeah, I was
Palmer.
gonna say we shut
neutralized
down
the midfield. We neutralized their midfield. We made them have to play through the wide areas, and it was Ken, Madueke, and Neto beat us. And Neto ended up catching us out. So fair play. Neto was the best winger on the pitch that day. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, let me speak now.
Okay.
I have to speak. Sorry. Before we go, Shikh and Jacob, I know you guys are our guests. And usually you guys speak on A-listers, but sometimes I have to express myself because I'm so fucking mad.
What
Because
are you mad
first of
about?
all,
Musa?
I'll tell you what I'm mad about. Don't interrupt me now because I'm going to cook your ass because you're the biggest fraud on the planet. That's why I call you the biggest Arsenal
I'm a
troublemaker.
fraud.
This is why I call you the biggest Arsenal troublemaker on YouTube. Because you come up here and you tell me, we're going to slap Chelsea. We're going to destroy Chelsea. And then you come give me, I'm proud of my team. I can't be upset at my team because it was a draw. It wasn't the end of the world. No, it's the end of the world.
By the
You
way,
didn't
sorry, but
win.
who's glorifying the
Because
draw
what you
now?
said pre-game, when I was
never
about to
said
play Man
that.
United
He's
last season,
gaslighting.
and one second. When I was about to play Man United last season, I said we're going to slap them 6-0. And then after that, it ended up 0-0. Man United didn't score. And I got cooked for 6 hours on multiple different streams because you have to keep the same energy. So, yes, it is the end of the world. It's not a okay result for you because you went to the brothel and you left with nothing. In your own words. I didn't make that shit up. You said it yourself. How can you go to the brothel and not get anything? And every time your fan base find a new fucking scapegoat, and I'm sick and tired of it. Trossard. This is Trossard's fault. This is Moreno's fault. This is Partey's fault. I'll be honest with you. I was one of the people that said Arsenal are going to win the league. I said that shit. And now watching Arsenal play Ricardo Fuller Stoke City football is the most disgusting shit I've ever seen in my whole life.
Hold
These
that,
fucking
Sam. That's what you get.
frauds. These fucking frauds are going to the corner flag trying to win corners. They're trying to win corners. This is the team that I'm thinking should win the league. Even with Odegaard on the pitch. Odegaard played really well, by the way. We can acknowledge, even though you said Stamford Bridge, we're going to destroy them. We can acknowledge when that some of your players had good games. Saliba had a very good game. Probably even Lewis will say that. Odegaard had a good game. You have players who have had good games. But we can't come up here and waffle. We can't come up here and lie. When we get to the Chelsea thing, I'm going to say Palmer was shit. It's okay. You have to address what the fuck happened in the game.
By the way, I'll agree with
Yeah,
you.
exactly. When we lost to Nottingham Forest at home, Mo was shit in that game. How many times I said that, Lewis said that, you all said that. It's okay, guys. You have to address what actually happens on the football pitch. Year 5, and I'm sorry, listen, I'm not saying Arsenal are out of the title race yet. I'm giving you one more chance. 9 points, it's not over by 9 points. Everyone cut the bullshit in the chat. Now, when it comes to this performance right here, you can't be year 5 into the shit, and this is your style of football. You can't. 5 years, Arsenal manager, and you're trying to win corners. So what's the point of getting Arteta then? Just go get Tony Pulis. He doesn't have a job, and bring Rory Delap back, and let's have long throw-ins as well. Might as well bring back the old school long throw-ins and shit. Sign Peter Crouch on a 6-month contract. Might as well, since you just want to win headers all the time. Bukayo Saka, for me, is the second best right winger in the league, and actually the second best winger in the league. Full stop. But his performance against Chelsea, this guy was in Cucurella's pocket. This guy was in Cucurella's pocket from minute 0 till minute 90. Look at the thumbnail. I don't have agendas. I put Palmer and Saka on the thumbnail. Read the title. Palmer, Saka stinkers. You know why? Because they're both ass. That's just the reality of the situation. So when we get to let's talk about Chelsea, Lewis, I expect him to sit up here and say Palmer was crap. He already said that. So don't sit up here and scapegoat, oh, this is all Trossard. Saka created one chance. Yeah, but Saka was in Cucurella's pocket for the whole game. And this is unacceptable for a player that you expect to be there. That's why we gave Saka props when he scored against Liverpool. Why? Because he wasn't in Robertson's pocket. He got past him. He scored a goal in a big game. Simple as. So when it comes to big game players, you need big game players to win a league title. You need players who can bring you out of moments. You need players who could do all that shit. And you don't have enough of that right now. Now, when it comes to Arsenal, this next run of fixtures, if you lose any of them, if you lose one of your next 5 games, I'm going to say Arsenal are out of it because it just shows me you're unsustainable and you can't catch up. Simple as. That's
What
just
if
the
Liverpool
reality.
lose?
Say it again.
What if Liverpool lose to Man City? What if Liverpool lose to who's the next one? Newcastle away.
Let me introduce you to Liverpool Football Club. This is me. This is me right now. I'm the
And even then, a one-off loss for Liverpool
No,
ain't going to do too much damage. With Arsenal,
Yeah.
this is
No,
form.
Okay, so
Remember when we were talking about Chelsea and remember when we were talking about Chelsea and the losing streak, but Arsenal haven't won a league game in how
You
long?
know what, Lewis? I was wrong. You guys surprised me. You got a draw versus Manchester United, who got a new manager bounce. You got a draw versus Arsenal. Now you should celebrate it.
No, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm not celebrating.
Okay, fair enough.
And again, Hassan, share screen, please.
As for Hussam, I don't think
My evidence. Well, where's the mute button?
It was so avoidable. The defense was so narrow, it was ridiculous. You have literally 2
We
Arsenal
dropped
players
2
on the
points
far
today.
side, and nobody's even checking them. Noni's falling asleep with a crosser, and then Sanchez, I don't know how he gets beaten from that angle. Like all round, it's a shit goal to give away. That goal that we conceded, it was
2
so
points
typical. It was
dropped
so
today
avoidable.
in the title. So,
I know, but you're proud of your team because of your performance. As for
no,
Hussam-
again, you're putting words in my mouth.
Yeah,
He didn't
same way
sound very
Hussam
proud
was
in
putting
that
words in
clip.
my
He
mouth.
sounded pretty upset.
Same way Hussam was putting words in my mouth. Hussam, I'll tell you this.
Talk about
I am
Arteta,
not
please.
sitting here. I'm not sitting here, not avoiding criticism on my players. I've said players that deserve criticism. From the whole team, I think the goalkeeper was fine. I think the back 4 was relatively fine. And then I look at what do you call it, the midfield. I thought Partey was good. I thought Declan Rice should not have started if he was not fully fit. He clearly, after an hour, could not do it anymore. As if you guys don't know, he had a broken toe and he was taking pain injections for the pain tolerance. They wrapped it up and he was trying to play with a broken toe. I think they should have just started Mikel Merino from the beginning. Mikel Merino came on. He did not look that good for 2 minutes. And then after that, he was one of our better players. He almost scored a goal. He was really involved in the attack. And I think maybe if he started him, it could have been a better performance. I thought Odegaard was outstanding, and we haven't spoken about the positives, but the negatives was the whole front line. If you look at Martinelli, he had the ball numerous times. He could have got an opportunity before he scored.
Who
the
was better,
Robertson.
Martinelli or Saka?
Saka was worse. Saka was worse because Saka created one chance the whole game. Saka only had that one opportunity. He did the whole game. Martinelli was missing a lot of opportunities, but a lot of Saka's chance creation and everything was falling to people that couldn't finish it. So fair enough. And Havertz did not have a good game either. He should have been onside for that goal. How are you offside from a set piece? You got to do better there. I know you wanted to catch them out and get a goal. You didn't get it, but fair. As for Mikel Arteta, I think Mikel Arteta is getting wrongly criticized for this performance. I thought the performance was down on the players. I thought Trossard could have scored a winner. I thought Saka could have done more. I thought Martinelli could have done more. I thought the midfield with Saliba coming off when Pedro Neto's goal took place, it was on Martinelli to track the runner. It was on one of the center backs to step up, somebody to do more in that situation to stop Neto from getting in that situation. And Enzo Fernandez had all the day on time in the world with Havertz just standing in front of him, not doing nothing. So, and on top of all of that, we let Enzo Fernandez get a fucking assist against us. That guy's shit. And he hasn't played all season for Chelsea, but he comes up and gets an assist, comes off the bench and makes a difference. It's pathetic. Honestly, I don't like.
I feel the same way about Martinelli.
I don't like the fact that we drop points to Chelsea, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's a relatively fair result. and I can't be
Arteta out?
I can't be
Can you
I
still
can't
win
be
the league?
mad. I can't be mad at the manager for the players letting him down with the finishing.
Arteta out or no?
Yeah, so
Why would
yeah,
I-
I was gonna
why-
ask that too,
there's
Egal.
no
Where do
need
you
for that.
stand in
I
terms
mean,
of the
you're,
league? Is it
you're
still
3 points
winnable
away
at
from
this moment?
Tottenham, who can't even beat Ipswich.
Yeah, but
That's a problem.
You're also more. You're closer to relegation based on league position.
Well, we concede about the same amount of goals, and we've scored more goals than you. So what are you talking about?
Excuse me.
Damn. What? Is that true?
Yeah, you scored more goals than us, but how many goals have you conceded?
I think one more than you now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, same as us then.
Have you played Chelsea away?
You're
Yeah, you conceded
scintillating.
one more than them.
Your
One second,
sexy,
one second, one
scintillating defense, so
One second, one
sexy and
Have you played Chelsea away?
voluptuous.
Nah,
Have you
not
played
yet.
Chelsea away?
No, we haven't played Chelsea at all.
Have you played? You played Newcastle away, right?
Yeah.
You played Man City away.
No, we do that next.
Have you played Aston Villa away?
I think it was at home.
Okay, my point being,
Last time we went to Villa Park, we stomped their ass 4-0. So
my point being, we've had one of the toughest starts to the Premier League campaign out of every team in the league, and that also has a part to play.
didn't y'all
with.
say that last year?
Yeah,
No, no,
I think
no.
Chelsea-
also now-
Isn't that what? Isn't that
Tough
what the?
start.
Hang on.
Okay.
It wasn't the. Can I ask you? I just because the narrative last year was we have the hardest schedule. Look at Opta. Their computer said it's the hardest schedule, but y'all. That wasn't an excuse. You're still top of the
I
league,
don't know
thereabouts.
what- I don't
Now
know
it's
what you're
you have
talking
a
about.
tough schedule and you're 3
One
points off
second.
of Spurs.
I don't know what you're talking about, but when it comes to Arsenal,
Sam,
this
just one more
season-
time, please.
When it comes to Arsenal this season, let me.
Apparently, according to Give Me Sport, we've had the toughest start to the Prem season. But yeah, up the
Excuse me?
Chelsea.
Did you play Man City away?
This whole
Hey,
tough
I'm
start-
following the stats. I'm a humble statsman.
No.
Enough of that.
You're lying to yourself.
I'm a humble statsman.
That's fully lying.
You know.
I just
guys,
remember
all
last
this
year
whole
was
thing-
like
One second.
Arsenal has the
Are we
toughest
gonna-
schedule and they're
If we're
doing
gonna
so
share
well.
screens every 2 seconds, can we please share this then?
Oh,
So this is Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal's
Oh,
starts
Sam,
this
share
season away from home.
He hasn't
This is
put
the
in.
fixtures away from home.
Ipswich at
Oh,
home
you
is a
need
tough
to share the
fixture.
screen.
in case you
One
didn't-
second.
Have you
You
played
need to
Ipswich
check-
at home yet?
1 second. This is the fixtures. So Liverpool have played Ipswich, Wolves, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, and Manchester United away. Man
Ipswich is
City
tough.
have played Chelsea, West Ham, Newcastle, Wolves, Bournemouth, and Brighton away. Now Arsenal, on the other hand, have played Aston Villa, Spurs, Man City, Bournemouth, Newcastle, and Chelsea. You tell me, out of these teams, who has had a tougher start?
Okay.
These
Now
are only
that-
away games, though.
Yeah,
Can I genuinely give you a genuine
Where's the home
response?
games?
Yeah. But before even
we're
that,
expecting.
I-
We're all expected
Exactly,
to win
guys,
our
put
home
it up
game.
on the screen. Let me give you a genuine no banter
What,
response.
Tottenham are?
Let me give you a genuine no banter response. Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest at home this season. Manchester City have lost to Bournemouth away this season. There is no such thing as an easy fixture in the English Premier League. And I'll give you a prime example. You look
Yeah,
at those
Ipswich at home is tough.
You look at those Liverpool away games. First of all, Arsenal is a tough away game. Second of all, whether you guys like it or
Arsenal
not,
was an
then-
away game.
Okay, it was for us. Liverpool's Premier League away games, Arsenal. We went to the Emirates. Now, whether you like it or not, Ten Hag or not, Man United is a difficult fixture for any Liverpool team. Just like when we
Tottenham
were
went there as
third-
well.
just like when we were fucking 10th and we beat Man United, who were first with Rooney,
Hold that,
Tevez, and
Shikh.
Ronaldo. Liverpool Man United is never an easy fixture. Ask a
That's a
City
different
fan if they like going away to Crystal
Ten Hag
Palace.
nostalgia.
Ask a City fan if they like going away to Wolves. Ipswich away, fair enough, easy game, no problem.
Oh,
with that
wait.
whatsoever.
So you're saying you've had a similar difficulty to Man City and Arsenal?
See how he stretched it? When did I say that?
No, because you're defending Man United and Arsenal. No one's gonna compute. No one's gonna
Okay,
argue
can
with you
you
there.
do home games now?
No one. 1 second. No one's gonna argue with you there. But when you look at this right here, you see Man City drop points versus Brighton, Bournemouth, and Newcastle. Those are tougher away games than what you.
Yeah, and they beat Chelsea and they beat West Ham.
Arsenal drop points versus Chelsea, Newcastle, Bournemouth, and Man City. So in the grand scheme of things, when you look at actual points dropped this season, Liverpool have only dropped points in one game, and it was at home. But the difficulty in schedule, you've not yet to play Aston Villa, Spurs.
But Egal, can I tell you the problem with your argument?
Bournemouth,
Your
Newcastle,
team
Chelsea,
has debunked
away.
your own argument because you lost to Bournemouth away from home, but beat Villa away. Villa away is a more difficult fixture than
And
Bournemouth.
Kunku doesn't
No,
score
but Man
against
City
anyone.
also lost to the same team with 11 men. So it just goes to show you, playing Bournemouth with 10 men What the fuck are we going to
Therefore,
do?
proving the point that there is no easy game in the Premier League.
No, it makes I'm making my point even more. Our difficulty in schedule has had a relative, can be a discussion point in how Arsenal have been performing. When we talk about performances, we constantly discuss performances. Aston Villa, performance was not good. We got the win. Spurs, performance was not good. To the T that we want. We got the win. Man City, performance was good in the first half.
You mean
Second
results,
half,
not performances, right?
Second half, we were literally parking the bus for the whole 45 minutes. We ended up getting a draw. I'm not happy with the draw. We should have won that game. But guess what?
You
We went
just
down to
made
10
a
men.
reverse argument, by the way.
Bournemouth, same thing. Down to 10 men, 30 minutes. Newcastle, out of all those games, is the game that I can say we were fucking shit. And then you go to the Chelsea game where I felt like we could have won the game at the end.
And for your standards, you
Oh
weren't
man,
shit at Stamford
excuses.
Brothel.
Okay, and before, let me just say one thing, Egal, you have literally abandoned your own point. First of all, right now, if you tell me we didn't get the results, khalas, we get the point now. Because we didn't get the results because we had away fixtures that are tough, no problem. But performances is what's being criticized, and rightfully so. I'll tell you why.
The
I'll give you a prime
performances
example.
don't have no.
Let me just tell you. Let me tell you the example, Egal. I'll give you a prime example. If you went away to Bournemouth, had 30 shots, 10 shots on target, and the Bournemouth goalkeeper had a blinder, fair enough. But your performances are not good. If you're talking about results, you're saying people keep mentioning performances. Actually, it's the other way around. If you want to say about results, the results being not good because you have a tough run, fair enough. The results are not good because you have a tough run. But you can't say that the same thing about performances, because a team that's challenging for the league is expected to perform against everyone in the league. That's just how it goes.
Sam, you can expect a performance, but you have to understand that there's going to be different level of performances based on your opponent and the location you play. You're not going to have the same performance every single game, depending on the team you play. You're not going to have the same performance versus Aston Villa away as you would versus Ipswich. You're not going to have the same performance as Wolves away as you would Tottenham. It's just not going to be realistic to expect the same performances depending on the difficulty of the ground and the team you play. You're not going to dominate You're not going to dominate every single team and have the same level of quality of performances versus every single team, especially when you have down to 10 men away from home twice. Also,
okay, can I answer my question?
Well, whose fault? Okay, but whose fault was that? If when you've been down like to 10 men in games, whose fault is that?
No. I'm
That's what I'm
just
saying.
I'm just using. I understand that's our fault, but I'm also using that as a context to show you why the performances are a certain way. Now, if you guys are sitting here and saying if these performances continue versus smaller teams, fair enough. And if you want to say Newcastle away is not an easy game, is an easy game and you should win, well, Man City drop points there. If you want to say Bournemouth down to 10 men, you should still beat Bournemouth down to 10 men.
Yes.
Well, Man City had 11
What about
men.
Chelsea away?
If you're
with
challenging
them
for the
that
league, you
last
should,
week?
yes.
Okay, so because other teams have lost points there too, that kind of just it makes an excuse for us to also just drop points.
Did
there,
no
right?
one?
You aren't. This is what I'm trying to say.
Wait,
is that
what
there's
about playing
excuses
at
for
Stamford
everything.
Brothel?
Every
I
single
wanna
thing
know
has
that.
excuses.
I'm showing you that there's a context, but what you're seeing with the eye test does not match up because there's context behind it. That's all I'm saying.
And my point is, what I'm seeing with the eye test is matching the results. Because when you went away at Chelsea, your players are getting near the corner flag trying to win corners. So that's why the performances match the result. That Chelsea were shit in that game. Chelsea were crap. Chelsea were rubbish. Chelsea didn't.
No, Chelsea were good in the second half.
No. Hear me out.
Half.
Chelsea scored from a moment of individual brilliance by Neto. Period. Yeah. End of discussion. That's it. But Chelsea did not play beautiful, amazing Enzo Maresca football. Chelsea won the game because Maresca brought on Neto, and Neto, changed where did Neto
No, you're discrediting Maresca. Give Maresca credit.
Yeah, Enzo. Sorry, he brought on Enzo.
Give Maresca credit.
Egal. Let me explain it to you.
No, give Maresca credit.
Chelsea. Okay, no problem. Chelsea were not good in that game. Chelsea goal came from an individual brilliance moment of Pedro Neto taking a high risk shot and scoring. You had the ball at the corner flag trying to win corners against a team that are struggling and aren't really doing anything. Chelsea's good players in that game, in my opinion, were Cucurella and Caicedo, the ones that can say we were amazing today. The rest, and Neto, of course, because he scored. The rest were all having average to shit games. No scapegoating.
I disagree. I think Chelsea in the first half were extremely dangerous on the counter-attack, and we neutralized that in the second half. As for
Extremely
Chelsea,
dangerous. Fuck
as
my
for
life.
Chelsea,
Extremely dangerous. Yeah.
yeah,
I
they
won't
were
say extremely dangerous,
Chelsea,
but we did make
Chelsea
chances.
were always one
We
pass
did make
away
good
from
chances.
scoring in the first half.
And they didn't make that pass. So what's the point of this argument?
No. I'm saying
No.
they were more
Gusto
threatening.
and Noni fucked up some good
They were
crosses
more
from the left
threatening in the
side.
first half.
The Gusto chance, I agree. That header
One
should have
second.
hit the target.
Chelsea
for
were
sure.
more
And the
threatening in
Palmer
the
one
first
where
half.
it doesn't drop to Jackson, it drops to Noni instead.
So
Chelsea-
Arteta
Oh,
out
yeah,
or no?
yeah, I know that one. Too. He's through on
Chelsea's
goal,
like their shirt sponsor. Sometimes they have one, sometimes they don't. You know what I mean? It's just how they are.
So
You never
Arteta
know.
in or Arteta out?
Jacob just keeps
That's a
pressing
stupid
this.
question.
Let's go.
You
I'll
asked a
never be
stupid
out.
fucking question when I joined the show, but I'm not
No,
allowed to ask a stupid fucking question.
The difference is when we get to the Tottenham section, we'll speak about Ange because he's no longer.
Well, I'm not talking about Ange. I'm talking about your manager. Arteta
no.
in, Arteta
No.
out. Very simple.
Arteta is here to stay.
What do you
And-
want,
and the
Egal? You
only-
as an
and the
Arsenal
only
fan,
way-
do you want
the
Arteta
only
in?
way-
Do you want Arteta
One
out?
second. The only way I would want Arteta out is if Liverpool hold that big ass trophy at the end of the season and laugh at our face.
Which one? Because they're leading the league in both of the big ass trophies.
Either one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, since we've spoken about Arsenal, see now, I'm going to go to Lewis directly to just talk about more from the Chelsea side. Super chats, big up to you guys. I'm going to come to you guys in a second. Before we come to the super chats, guys, we have 915 people in here. We're not even at 300 likes yet. You're all a bunch of disgraces. So please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right now. Lewis, talk to me about Chelsea in that game specifically.
So I agree with what Egal said, where we were better in the first half and kind of petered off more in the second. There was bad lapses of concentration in parts of the game that annoyed me, like the Havertz goal, for example. We all fell asleep for no reason. The goal we conceded, really, really avoidable. But again, first off, I do think we're the better team, even though we struggled against Arsenal's press at times when we were playing out the back. There were times where we still got through them. And we got the ball off to the left-hand side, and Neto and Palmer made decent chances that didn't get converted. Better day or better composure. We finished one of those chances, a completely different game. What else? In terms of individuals, like obviously we're going to talk about Palmer. Palmer was terrible again. I could say this is his first bad patch that he's had in a Chelsea shirt. Personally, for me, get this guy away from the left side of the pitch, because I've noticed we've been playing him there the last 3 games and he don't feel comfortable there. He don't seem like the same Palmer that we've seen from the last year and a bit, where he's had all of his best football either in the pocket on the right-hand side or playing on the touchline on the right-hand side. Now we're playing him on the left. He don't seem as effective. But ultimately, a poor performance. Not good enough from him. Noni, very rash. He had like one good cross to Fofana in the second half, and that was about it. Neto, again, our best forward. Jackson, some good moments, some bad moments. Defensively, though, I thought we did pretty well, bar the 10-15 minute period after we conceded. We looked like we were going to concede again after that point. Surprisingly, Fofana, I thought, was a better centre-back out of the two. He was very aggressive, very good defensively, did his job well. Colwell was a bit more of the rash one, a bit more the one that was giving the ball away needlessly. Cucurella, man of the match, deserved in my opinion. Gusto, I thought, was good defensively. Still doesn't seem comfortable when he's on the ball. And yeah, Caicedo bossed it again. Best midfielder in the league. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's about. I think I've covered everything. Bun Robert Sanchez. I knew he'd cost us another dumb goal, and here we are with the goal again. Please, Maresca, just drop this guy, because I'm getting sick to death of seeing him start and seeing him cost us games. It's another big game with a big goal conceded that comes down to Robert Sanchez taking some of the responsibility. I can't be asked for this, brother. I can't. Also, good substitution bringing on Enzo. Instant impact. We need to be more willing to take Palmer off if he's not having a good game. Like, he was a doubt for the game in general. There was no need for him to play the entire 90. Nkunku's there. João Felix is there. And then we didn't bring on Nkunku until, what, 88 minutes?
What do you
Really?
think of Odegaard?
I thought Odegaard was good. Like, even though it was his first game back, he was progressing the ball well. He did well for you. I thought he was one of your better players.
Anybody else you thought was good at Arsenal?
Party, both the centre backs did their thing, and It's probably about it. Probably about it for me.
Cole Palmer in the big game. The investigation. You get me? It's been happening for the last 24
This
hours.
season.
Yes. Funnily enough, when I posted actually that short, I had a lot of Chelsea fans in the comment section agreeing with me, going like, I agree with you, Hussam. He must step up in the big game. I agree with you, Hussam. He hasn't delivered in the big game. And it's not a narrative. It's not an agenda. This is reality. The best players in the league, historically, always deliver in the big games. I mean, Lewis watched Lampard deliver in the big game, watched Drogba deliver in the big game. Shikh watched Rooney deliver in the big game. Ronaldo deliver in the big game. Egal, Thierry Henry like in the big game. Dennis Bergkamp in the big game. You could even say Cesc Fabregas maybe from the later era in the big game. Jacob, Gareth Bale in the big game. Son in the big game. Myself, Mo in the big game. Van Dijk, players like that. Alisson, Trent, whoever. So my
Kane
point
got
is,
swapped.
Palmer is young still. So he is like, he has time to start like applying himself better in the big game. But the only issue now becomes is when you do claim that best player in the league tag, you must, when you come up against tough opposition, deliver. So I'll give you the prime example right now. If I make the statement that Mo is the best player in the league, Mohamed Salah, none of you will go like, that's a shit take, that's a crazy take, you're doing too much, because he also delivers in those moments. Go away to Old Trafford, the whole 3GA was him. 2 assists and a goal. Arsenal away, scores a goal. Chelsea, a goal and an assist. Even Lewis was propping his overall performance after the game. So
He never
there's
scored
always
against Arsenal away. We beat them 5-0.
Salah.
Oh no, Cole Palmer, my bad.
Oh. Yeah, he didn't play.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying
talking
like
about
Cole
Salah.
Palmer
He's
this
talking
season.
about Mo Salah. Yeah, he's talking about Mo
This
Salah.
season in those 4
This
games.
season, yeah.
Well, what do you think it is, Lewis, in these big games? Are they just marking him out the game? Are they doing mano a mano? Are they pressing him? What's exactly happening?
Was he injured before this game? Because I heard that he was injured.
Yeah, I don't
was.
think he trained at all in the week before that, but I'm not trying to use that as an excuse
Sick and
either.
tired of you, Sheik. Sick and tired of you, Sheik.
What do you mean?
But-
I just asked him a
Chelsea,
question.
You
Oh,
Chelsea bum licker. I'm sick of your shit.
That's crazy.
I've had
Pause.
enough of your. Oh my God, Lewis, I'm gonna give you the out. He was.
What? So I
injured
can't even
pre-game.
ask Lewis a question if Cole Palmer was
He was injured
Because
pre-game.
I
Let's put
heard.
that in the air.
Well,
heard
also,
that.
I mean, like, here's my thing. I was saying in the whole week leading up to the game, if this guy isn't at the last training session, don't bother. Why you throw him into the game for what? We have options. We talk about our attacking depth. Why don't we just utilize it? And even then, I use that for the second half. You could have just taken him off and put Nkunku on or put Felix on. And we just let him play for 90 minutes when he clearly wasn't getting into the game. But ultimately, I understand the eyes on him because we've said best in the league, so it comes with that. But I also don't really feel that worried about his big game presence. I've seen it enough times last season to believe that it's there. Now, I think the only genuinely terrible game with no excuse, no explanation whatsoever, Liverpool. Liverpool was a shocking game from him. You guys did well defensively, but when he was on the ball, he was poor. Now, City, he had 30 games of pre-season. Leading up to that, whatever. United, ineffective. Arsenal, ineffective. But I'm also saying as well, I don't get why we're playing him on the left. We've seen him cook on the right-hand side, but we're playing him in the left pocket and he don't look comfortable there. I said that after the United game, and we persisted with it into the Arsenal game. And it's not a freedom thing, because he's not allowed to roam to the right-hand side.
By the way.
I always see him
Just
picking
correct
up the ball on the left. So I think that's part of the reasoning behind it. But ultimately, he hasn't turned up in those big games. He's got the rest of the season to go and get that narrative away from him. Only he can do that himself. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I don't have any big question marks or uncomfortable conversations about him off these big game performances this season. Just push him to the right side, please. Because this is getting tiring.
Well, you do agree
yeah.
you can't be the best player in the league if you don't play well in the big games.
You
agree
have
with
to,
that?
yeah. You got to turn up.
Well,
Yeah.
How much of it could be credited to the fact that Saliba and Gabriel are touted as some of the best defenders in this league, and maybe they just had a good day? I don't know.
Were Lisandro and De Ligt the best defenders in the league as well?
Who said that?
There you are. Curtis Jones man marked Cole Palmer after the game. Curtis Jones.
And that's
Curtis
why the
Jones is a
Liverpool
fucking
game,
good
I'm saying
footballer,
nothing,
and y'all
that was
hate on him for
terrible.
no reason.
That was
Cujo's one of
terrible.
your better players.
No. I'm not hating on him. Cole Palmer starts for everyone on this panel. Cole Palmer starts for Liverpool. Cole Palmer
Yeah, but you're
starts for
trying to drag him down like Curtis Jones
No,
pocketing him
I'm
is a
trying to
bad
drag
thing.
him
Curtis
down
Jones is a
from
good player.
Jacob, why can't you understand the level I'm bringing him down from? I'm not bringing him down from he's unbelievable, he starts for all the teams in the league level. I'm bringing him down from the best player in the league level. Which
think
even
there's,
Lewis
like,
agreed you have to
concern.
turn up in the big game. How's that
Like,
any agenda? If
we've
I'm
seen
saying you're the
big
best
games.
player in the league, you must turn up in the big games. Period.
No, I agree. I agree with that sentiment.
Alas.
But I mean, same could be said for Saliba and Gabriel, right? The best players need to show up in a big game like this, and they stopped the best player on their team. And I always felt like Chelsea were going to do as much this match as Cole Palmer took them to. And I mean, he didn't have anything to do with the goal, but I still think that like if he was better, they win that game. If maybe you bring on Nkunku sooner, they have a better chance at winning that game. So I don't know. I just think that it's a little
I think
harsh
Chelsea
on this
didn't
guy
take
I
to
think-
expect
I
him to
think you
break
guys are
down one of the best
inconsistent.
defenses in the league.
I think you
Chelsea
guys-
didn't take the game enough to Arsenal. They didn't. They should have been a lot more aggressive in their approach. Chelsea just didn't take the game to Arsenal. This is the actual issue. Their approach to the game, I feel like they showed Arsenal too much respect. Like they walked into that pitch and like, oh, we're playing Arsenal today. Let us respect them. Let us not actually apply ourselves. But I feel like whenever Chelsea tried to do something, they did get into dangerous areas. They did do like certain moments. But then at the same time, there are certain players like we can sit up here and we can say Cole Palmer is not the best player in the league, no problem. But there are certain players. Fucking Madueke was so shit in that game. He was so fucking shit, Madueke. Mudryk was so crap when he came on. Unbelievably dog shit when he came on. It's just there. And Gusto, that's a player I like. When I used to do the whole, I rate 3 players at Chelsea, well, Gusto was fucking one of them. But fucking hell, what's happening right now? I don't know. And Robert Sanchez for that goal. I'm standing here. This is me. I'm at the near post. The bar is here. Martinelli shoots at me and somehow it goes on the back of the net. Like, I need explanation. Like, this right here is the bar. I'm next to the bar right here. How do you shoot here and it ends up in the goal? Like, it just, I don't get this guy. It makes no sense. Like, you're literally sat at the near post. And
I have an explanation for you. He's shit.
I said it last week
Sanchez-
too. I said watch him be like the root of a mistake, and that would lead to a goal. And look what happened. And it's
2
like,
match days we've called this garbage.
It's like, what else do you have to do to drop him, though? When I see this situation, it just reminds me of Onana in the Champions League last year. Just literally reminds me of Onana in the Champions League. So he's the reason we crashed out. But yeah, man, it is what it is.
Okay,
I'm just
let me
saying-
see.
I feel
Gotta
like
drop them.
when it comes to Saka and Palmer, we see poor performances from them. They get the utmost hate, vitriol, and banter thrown their way. But there's a Premier League player of the season and PFA player of the season who's having worse performances than both of them, and is getting protected to the level where he can get two chances created and 60% XG, and people are going to say that was good enough, good performance. Where Saka and Cole Palmer, if they don't come out with a goal or an assist, they're going to get chastised. And it just goes to show you the level of protection Foden gets compared to what Saka and Cole Palmer
Are you
get.
saying from the media or from us? Because we have been
With
saying.
that in mind, can we bring Hamza
From the
back for an
media
episode? or
and
two?
everybody else. And you know the funny thing is,
I know.
Saka
Yes,
and,
please,
and
actually.
Cole
Hamza's
None of
Palmer,
us
going
have got
through
to
it.
cook.
Saka and
Hamza's
Cole
going
Palmer
through it.
are
When's the
held.
last time we're gonna get 4
Saka
in a
and
row
Cole
this league?
Palmer are held to a higher standard than the PFA and Premier League player of the season. It's fucked up.
We're not holding him to a different standard, because if you're talking about the media, fair enough. But me personally,
Yeah, I am.
me personally, I have ruined Phil Foden's life this year. Every time I see Hamza, I just give 10-minute monologue about Phil Foden. So Phil Foden's shit. I have no problem saying that. Currently, in the ranking of these 3 players, Foden is last.
Can I ask
He's
a question? Next time Hamza drops points, can I come on Al-Ahwa? I will end my show earlier. I want to speak to Hamza.
Yeah. If they drop points in the next game, I want a link too, because this guy's pissing me off.
Because
bro.
I have a feeling Tottenham Hotspur are going to back up their loss to Ipswich by a win versus Man City.
We had to deal with a year-long Hamza monologue, but when they're in the mud, like
Jacob's
man
like, I
ain't
like
here.
what you're saying.
It's not fair.
Okay, I'll let you. I'll let you both
Talking
come on
real
and
nice.
watch Hamza, but you can't skip A-listers the day after. Go like we went on.
How about this? Can you ask him to come on here?
No, because Hamza is at work at 8 p.m. on a Monday.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
I will
thing.
come on, bro. I'll end my show early just to come on.
You know what's fucking fucked up? I actually think Spurs are gonna beat City as well. As shit as they are.
If they
And
don't,
also,
you're
Everyone
gonna
in the
beat them the
chat,
week
let me
after.
know who's gonna win, Spurs or City.
and also, it's the most Spurs thing ever to lose to Ipswich and then beat City. That's
Beat
the
City.
definition.
And then
of
on top of
Arsenal.
that, they're gonna lose to Fulham.
Well, I
Embassy
mean, if you
Fulham
look at
winner.
if you look at our two matches before that loss, we beat Aston Villa, who I'm also told Unai's so fucking sexy and classy
That
and
guy's a
such a
fucking
genius,
bottle
and Ainge is a fat bozo, a
Aston
greasy
Villa's
French
bottle.
fry eater, and all this bullshit. But good evening to fucking Aston Villa, huh? We beat they ass, we beat City's ass in the cup, and then yeah, we fucked around with the tractors and we ran over our toes a little bit. But hey, come on, you gotta talk to me nicely now. City's scared of us, and it's evident. And you know,
Fighting words.
all Spurs
Keep that
fans,
up.
all those cuck Spurs fans, you know, the ones that I tell you that they sit in the corner with the sheet over their head. They're like, oh, Unai, he gave us that game.
Give us
Oh,
the names.
Pep
Who
didn't
you
care in
talking
that
about?
game. You don't need to look far.
Unai
Every
gave us
fucking
that
Spurs
game.
fan that ain't named Jacob.
Yeah, Unai just gave us 4-1.
Give us the
Hey,
names,
thank you, Unai.
Jacob.
Oh my god.
Call
Okay,
them
let me
out.
let me just
No, the
do
whole
these
point of the
super chats.
sheet is so you don't know that they're there, but like you know they're there, but you don't know they're there.
Okay, let me just do these super chats before we talk about Spurs Ipswich. Big up to all of you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. We are closing in on 300 likes, so let's get there, my lovely people. Damn, I made the correct executive decision to start with fucking Arsenal Chelsea because bloody hell. So, yeah, hit the like, subscribe. Let me just do a couple of these super chats before we carry on with the stream. Big up to my guy Reginald Lyon, who says I'm definitely subscribing. Big up CFL. Who's CFL? Carefrey Lewis. Thanks Terry for the redirect.
Oh, big up.
Big up. And big up to Terry as well for the redirect. And big up. But CFL is just such a shit nickname. We can't be calling him CFL.
Yeah, I didn't
We
even
need
think
a
that was for me. I was just clapping because he subscribed.
We need a better nickname for Lewis. We need a better nickname for Lewis. Killer Kai Lewis. That's the better nickname.
Fuck you.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Disgrace.
There you are. Big up to Alex says this guy went to a brothel and didn't get laid, is what my guy Alex says. Hey Alex, he didn't. He didn't. It's
Bro,
just-
he ended up with a stepson instead of anything else. Poor little Aiden.
Oh my days. Big up to you.
Oh,
Went to a brothel to become a man, still left a boy. It's what Phineas saying. You're a weasel, Phineas. Never forget that. The biggest weasel in this platform. But thank you
No,
for
big up Phineas.
yeah, big up Phineas, man.
Big
Guy
up
went
Phineas
to
every
the-
time.
Oh my god, Alex, you always do this, Alex.
Hey,
You always
what?
I think he means effed himself, basically. Like it's just
Oh,
Alex-
Multiply, divide himself. Sounds
I
stinky.
think if Egal doesn't have haters on the planet, it's because Alex died. Like Alex is the biggest Egal hater on this planet.
You-
Like
Best believe Alex is gonna be living for a long time, and I'll have many more haters than just Alex.
no. Even if you
Kai
become,
Lewis is a pretty
I
good
rate
one.
even if you have like the biggest like what's it called, face turn, Alex will still hate you. I'm telling you right now. Big up Alex. We'll see last year's Arsenal now. Odegaard is back. That's what I'm saying. BMW. Listen, I actually went to while Egal was giving the excuses. I went to look at their next couple of fixtures. They play Forest at home after the international break, at Anfield. At the Emirates, they play for Nottingham Forest. I'm still that game lives rent free in my head. But if they lose to Nottingham Forest at home, khalas, it's over. To be honest with you, so yeah. Big up to Connor Keating who says, Egal, it's not that hard to say we've been shit this season. We have regressed from last year and play some of the worst football I've seen. We could turn it around, but so many players underperforming. What do you think of this, Egal?
Well, we need to take it game by game, and we need to start having our performances and results matching up. Because I could argue that our performances the last 2 games have been better, but the results have not been. And the performances versus Tottenham and Aston Villa back then were not the best, but we got the job done, and that's why a lot of people give us credit. So right now, we just need to see if we can get the two matching up, and hopefully with Odegaard back, I agree with the super chat from earlier. You could potentially see the best of us. The best is yet to come, hopefully, but we need to start seeing it.
But do you agree that if you lose to Forest at home, khalas, like it's just pointless?
Bro, I feel like you could say that every time, but hypothetically speaking, you could lose to Southampton, and then conversation changes.
So, like, at what point would you basically be like, what performance or what game would it be like in your upcoming schedule where you would be like, okay, if we lose that, it's over? Or
if we're 20 games in and Liverpool are like 10 points ahead, then yeah, it's a problem. But let's be honest, we've seen people come back from 13-point deficits. We've seen people come back from 14-point deficits.
never
We've
seen
seen
Arsenal
it
do that
before.
though. Never
Let's
seen
not
Arsenal
do
do that though.
Last year we came back from a 7-point deficit.
Did you think they were coming
We've seen
back
people
from?
do it. We've seen people do it, but we've not
One
seen
second.
Arsenal do
Last
it.
year we came back from a 7-point deficit behind Liverpool.
To win the
Last
league?
year.
And did what?
And did what? To
do what?
And we finished 7 points ahead of them.
No, but to do what?
Don't be idiots, guys.
No, I'm
No,
not.
no,
I'm asking
yeah,
a
generally.
question.
No, you said, can you make up a point throughout the season? I didn't say we won the league, but I'm just merely showing you that we have come back from points deficits. Yes, we didn't win the league, but it was literally like 1 point from City. Let's not do this, guys. You get my
Sorry, it
point.
was too easy.
I get it. Arsenal haven't won the league. I get it. We haven't won the league for 20 years. You don't think I fucking know this?
No,
Like,
you were
every
just
time-
saying like
no, it's just reminding.
you were just saying that people do it. I just said Arsenal have never done that deficit.
No, but
For a
coming
title, that's
back,
that's
one
what I said,
second,
yeah.
coming back from a 7-point lead in a league title race to overtake a team, then they go third and finish 7 points behind us, goes to show me that we can come back versus Liverpool. If Man City were in the situation that Liverpool are in, with a fully fit Rodri and their squad was firing the way Liverpool's are, let's best believe that Liverpool with a 5-point lead, with a 5-point deficit, would be saying the title race is over. The reason why we're saying this is because it's Arne Slot's first season. The sample size is very small, and Liverpool can still end up dropping points. And they could potentially fall off. You guys are making it seem like this Liverpool team have been doing it for years.
No. Liverpool can definitely drop points, but the thing, the
Question is
onus
whether
is
you
now
will
on you
catch
to
up.
not drop points if you get what I'm
Yes,
saying.
and you want to know something, Hussam? The reason why I said the fixtures, it comes all full circle. I expect with the fixtures that we have, with the upcoming fixtures and the run we can go on in December, we need to now start getting points in bunches.
Yeah, but like
Facts.
it's like I'm saying the same logic. You're like, oh well, Liverpool could drop points. Same way Arsenal could drop points too. That's just
I know,
that's
but
just the whole thing
Liverpool are
of it,
going to be
right?
facing Real Madrid, Man City, and
I think it's
Newcastle.
more of not whether Liverpool will drop points or not, whether you're capable enough of catching teams when they've and depending on
We've
the
showed it
difference
before,
that-
and we can do it again.
when did you show that you've caught a team that's first place? That's what I'm trying to say. is
We
that
did it
when you've
last
shown
year.
that-
I just told you.
You
Liverpool
didn't-
were 7 points ahead of us last season.
Okay, so you're comparing it to just one situation in the whole year where you caught up to a team. That's what you're saying, basically. I'm talking
Bro,
about for the league.
I could give you an example from.
I'm talking about
freaking-
for the league.
I can give you an
I'm not
example
talking about,
from
like, when you just
2000.
caught up
I can
to
give you an
Liverpool
example
because they
from
were second.
2000 and well, bro, I can give you an example from the 2000s if you want, but that's not going to benefit anybody right now. So I have to give you from last year or the year prior. Do I not? What would you rather? What would you rather?
But you're
give you
giving me an example
from
of.
Arsenal?
You're
Would you
giving
like
me an
me to
example
give
of
you an
you catching
example
up
from
to
the
a.
2000s? Would you like me to give you an example from the 90s? What do you want?
No, we're good.
What
man.
do you
It's all
want?
good. We're good. We're good. It's all
Okay,
good. I got
so
the
what
Okay,
would you-
I got
damn,
the
Egal,
point. I got
someone's
the point.
upset. What do you
Yeah,
want?
I got the point. Yeah.
You know what I want? To go to the Spurs section.
For fuck's
Yes,
sake.
my G, title ain't over, is what Gunnar Dom is saying. I do agree with you, by the way. I don't think it's over yet. 9 points is not an unsurpassable lead. Everyone need to relax. Big up to you. Also, Liverpool are the leopard in 3. We are in the 24-25 season. Klopp is gone, is what JJ Link is saying. JJ, I actually don't know what that's supposed to mean, Habibi. But regardless, thank you for the super chat. Fairs. So if Liverpool win their next 5 games, what are you saying, Egal? And then he says, was it 7 points or 5 points? Can we not do with the whole games in hand thing as well, please?
It was 7 points.
5. I don't think it's
There was a point where you were 7 points ahead of us last season.
If I learned anything from the year 2016, there's not a difference between second and third place. So I don't know what we're saying.
Both
Like,
losers.
it's like the micro penis thing. It's, you know, this one's bigger. They're both micros.
Excuse me?
Second place is the first place loser.
Okay, coming from a Tottenham fan.
That's what I'm
I'm
fucking
picking
saying.
up
Yes,
the
I said in
perfect
2016. That's what I
Perfect
said.
segue.
That's the
We were fucking
perfect
losers.
segue, guys. Perfect segue. You get me? Ipswich. Fucking Ipswich. Big up to all of you guys. Big up all the super chatters, guys. Like
How
and
many here have
subscribe.
played Ipswich at home? Huh? You don't know what this is like. You don't know the
I beat
duress
Ipswich.
that.
Hey, our manager's first game.
Yeah, but see, Ed Sheeran wasn't at your ground. You got to understand, Ed Sheeran. He's got
I'm in love with this shit.
And-
an
and
aura
speaking of-
about him. So.
Big up all of you guys. Big up all the super chats. Big up everyone in the chat. We are literally 5 likes away from 300. Let's get it. Jacob, baby.
Mm.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes, brother.
We could skip this part. We can
You
just
can-
go.
No. We ain't gonna
No,
skip
you know what you
shit,
could do? You could sing "I'm in love with the Tottenham."
Had you won, we wouldn't have skipped it, Jacob. We would have.
Go ahead, Egal. Go ahead, Egal. No, sing that again. What was Egal singing?
No. I'm not saying that ever again. As
We
for,
got the chat. We got the chat.
Oh my god.
They
What is
couldn't
that?
wait.
By the way, I didn't even say spam tractors or anything. Watch.
what is the context with the tractor?
Yeah, can someone explain the
They're
whole
the tractor boys. That's
the
their like
tractors, that's
thing.
their
The
name.
Ipswich town is the tractor boys.
Oh,
There's
the
just like a
tractor
bunch of
boys.
tractors out there in Ipswich.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
like their. Oh, the tractor boys
Okay.
won again.
Okay, let me go
Hey,
first. 'cause
rolling up
Jacob
to the
doesn't like to
stadium
go
on
first
tractors
on
on
his
match
club.
day.
So I'm gonna get Jacob started with this one. Jacob,
Uh-oh.
we need to talk
Yeah.
about a couple things. First things first. Van de Ven goes out. You sign this guy. I think his name is Dragusin, or is it Mustafi 2.0? Because in the same week he went and conceded a goal versus Galatasaray due to his error. Conceded a goal versus Ipswich. Oh my God, Ipswich. And then also
And Newcastle. And
also-
basically every time he's
also-
played, we've
also-
conceded some.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, you guys call him Ange Postecoglou, but I think his name should be Ange Postecoglou because
Oh, real original.
every game he
I ain't heard
shows
that
he has
one before.
no clue what he's doing because you guys come
That's a
out.
lie.
You guys come out the gate slow. Do you not concede first in majority of your games?
Well,
this
versus Brighton, we didn't. We came out the gate fast versus Brighton, and then we died off towards the end. So it's
Hey,
like,
bad example, I guess. Bad example. But hey, you get my
well, no,
point.
it just disproves what you're saying is infactual.
No,
You start
it
out
doesn't.
slow and
No,
then
it
we
doesn't.
get
No,
better.
it
That's
doesn't.
just not true.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Listen to what I said again, once again. 'Cause
I heard
Ange
what you said, and
Postecoglou-
you fucking talking nothing.
Ange Postecoglou versus who was it? Let me see. Ange Postecoglou, if I'm not mistaken, versus Arsenal, you conceded first. You end up losing the game 1-0. Ange Postecoglou versus Brentford, you conceded first. Ange Postecoglou versus West Ham, you conceded first. Ange Postecoglou versus Aston Villa, you conceded first. Ange Postecoglou versus Ipswich, you conceded
And how many
first.
of those were we losing at
in your-
halftime?
No. I'm getting to my point. My point is, in your last 5 games at home, Tottenham have conceded the first goal. Now, there's a case to be said. Ange Postecoglou starting games slow, and he's causing and something.
Yeah,
you guys
because
are
he's out
doing-
there fucking kicking the ball. You're right.
Something
It's his
you
fault.
guys are
He
doing.
needs to work on his
is
endurance.
causing you guys to start games slow, and Ange Postecoglou. Yes, some of those times you guys won those games, and he changed it up, and you were able to get results. But overall, there is a concern with the fact that you guys are starting slow in games. There is an issue. where you
I'll
guys
just.
are-
Can we end this? I hear what you're saying. This is so long, fucking winded. Can we get to the end? Is there? What are we doing here?
You didn't want to begin, so you take it away. Go ahead.
Well, you did give me a lot of material, and I was like, well, when is he going to stop so I can just address all of the blasphemous propaganda you've spewed? But I will start with a lot of those.
Start with Dragusin. Is he any good?
Oh yeah, you did say Dragusin. Spurs fans were trying to say he needs more game time. Start him over Romero, and I thought that was funny and blasphemous at the same time. And looky, his first European match for us gets a fucking red card. Second European match for us, we look awful. I don't know what to say about him. I think he has moments where he's a really solid defender. Aerially, he's very good. It's just one-on-one, he gets cooked far often. I mean, Ipswich, I don't even remember. Was it Omari Hutchison who danced around him? Like,
Yeah.
that there's something, and I thought about this in the pregame show because Morgan Rogers, I had never heard of him until we played him, and he looked so fucking good. He looked so classy. He looked unstoppable. I was like, is this him being that good, or is this just us allowing him all that space, and any decent creative player is going to... And I was like, looking at the lineup, I said, hey, you know, maybe Omari Hutchinson, maybe we'll find out if he's also that good or we just make him look that good. And I don't know what it is, because that's 2 out of 2 that they just completely dancing through us and make us look foolish. I guess he's either good or we're shit, or maybe the truth lies somewhere in the middle.
Or jury's still out on him?
On Dragusin?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm like 30%, 70%. I think the jury's still out, but I still think that I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's got what we need for the way that we try and play. He's a right-sided center back, so ostensibly we brought him in to be Coote Romero's backup in the event he gets injured, red card, whatever. So we've been playing him on the left-sided center back, and that's not his natural spot, but that's kind of where he was forced in last year, and he looked okay. And then this year, we tried out Coote on the left side and him on the right, and it looked fucking weird. Romero cannot play the left-sided center back. His body shape is all off. He just completely doesn't even look to the left back and the left wing. He's just... because of his dominant foot that he wants to pass with. And so then we went back to, okay, well, Dragusin now on the left and Romero on the right. And, you know, I just think he's not that good. He's just not that good right now.
You know Robin Hood's motto.
Everyone knows Robin Hood's model. Everyone.
Steal from the rich and give to the poor?
Yeah, you beat Villa, lost to Ipswich, fraud. So obvious.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, see, here's the thing. Crystal Palace, Ipswich, they both were looking for something. And we said, let me help you out, buddy. We want to make that race down there just a little bit more fun. And, you know, it's really a shambles because I fucking hate international breaks. And every time Tottenham lose, right, just a stupid loss right before an international break. So it's 2 weeks of wah, and down, some clueless,
It's okay, bro. Just take a break.
and it's just like, I struggle to understand how Spurs fans can legitimately, or anyone, you know, I've had a call-in show, and I'm going to do it again during the international break. Convince me why I should be Ainge out, and no fucking Ainge out dude calls in. In fact, only people called in was people say, oh, we like Ainge. Rivals saying, I don't know why Spurs fans are saying this is Ainge's fault. Because what we saw versus Palace, what we saw versus Brighton, what we saw versus Ipswich, that bullshit mentality, that weak mentality has been here since before Ainge was here, since before Conte was here, since before Jose was here.
It's definitely the players.
It's these fucking...
It's the players. Yeah.
What'd you say, Egal? I didn't hear you.
I need to get you in touch with Henry, Patrick.
I know Henry.
Alex.
I love Patrick.
They can
Alex who? Which Alex?
Box Office.
I love Box Office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know why you brought him and Henry in the same sentence, because Henry, win or loss, will dictate Ainge in or Ainge out. Alex, we win 10 games in a row, he's still Ainge out. So they don't share a similar opinion.
What about Patrick?
I don't know. He doesn't do enough content for me to know like what his active opinion is. But last I saw, he was happy that we won.
Beef with other Spurs content creators?
No, I'm just saying.
I don't have beef with any of these guys.
One second. He's saying he knows nobody who could convince him. I'm saying
there's not a single Spurs fan or a rival fan who has convinced me yet that Ainge is not good for the job.
I know 3 Tottenham fans who are very good at getting their point across, so maybe they could convince them.
Well, getting your point across and convincing me of something stupid is a completely different thing.
I think Ainge will be sacked by the end of the year, and potentially.
Well, I was told he was getting sacked in October. Then it was November. Now it's Christmas.
I'm saying he's going to be sacked by the end of the year, I think. And if he's not, I'll be extremely surprised. My prediction.
The dumbest thing Spurs can do right now is sack Ainge Postecoglou.
No, they will sack him. He's gonna lose the League Cup.
What can you do with
here's
him again? Like on the pitch.
If they must sack someone, they must sack Daniel Levy. That's the
yes,
they can't. He's the owner.
Yes, they need to.
All of us here, if we got into a room and we were like, we had all the information that Spurs had, we could give Spurs a better transfer window than the one that they had in the summer. Ainge Postecoglou, ladies and gentlemen, is playing Archie Gray inverted left back. And even then, Archie Gray's pass against Galatasaray shows that he's a quality player. Fact.
Yeah, and I think we'll see him play in his natural position, which is the DM. He says he sees himself as a box-to-box 8. But it's just right now, we have so many fucking players that are allegedly able to play that position. And Bentancur is that guy that I think is keeping Archie Gray away from it. And he was one of, I think there's only 2 players yesterday that I looked at and I said, you know, they didn't look like they were saving their fucking pussy for the international break. As far as everybody else, and that goes for Romero included, every fucking person out there who just left for their national team, they play like a bunch of bitches, except for Bentancur and Dominic Solanke. Those are the only 2 that I give any amount of kudos to. Outside of that, every other Tottenham Hotspur player on that starting 11 were absolutely pussies, and they're saving themselves for their fucking friendly, for their fucking Nations League. Fuck you. Fuck Argentina. Fuck Wales. Fuck all your nations. Fuck Romania. Fuck Italy. Fuck all you bozos. I don't give a shit about none of their results. I give a fuck about Tottenham's results. And these pussies saving their legs. Oh, Brendan Johnson doesn't want to get stuck in because fucking, what's his name? Smosey Dicks is over his head with a fucking kick. And he's, oh, let me just back away. Pussies, bro. Pussies. I hate these international pussies.
Excuse me? You're international.
Yeah, but I'm not playing for USA, saving my fucking legs for Pochettino ball.
They need to.
Pochettino ball.
Bro, you're
That
arguing. One second, Jacob. Your anger is not at the players playing international football. Your anger is their performances for Tottenham.
When they're about to go to their stupid fucking nations. Yes.
They don't
I get
give a
what you mean.
shit.
Yeah,
One second, I can tell you right now, they don't care that they're about to start internationals when it's going to play the Nations League for a pointless international break. I can tell you that for a fact. If it was a World Cup, maybe. If it was a Euros, maybe.
I saw a bunch of pussyfooting people afraid to get stuck in yesterday.
You have no case. Sorry, I'm having silence issues if my voice keeps going up and down. But you have no case, zero case, to say that their performances versus Ipswich was because of international breaks. I think it was a lack of motivation from your manager. It was a lack of motivation from your players. It was a lack of
again,
it was a lack of leadership.
Is he supposed to fucking get pom-poms and a little skirt and say, woo, go boys, go, fucking, is he supposed to act like your manager, a dumbass, and pull the ball when it's still in play? Is he supposed to, what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to not answer questions in the media? These Spurs fans, they always want fucking Ainge to do X, Y, and Z, and if he does A, B, and C, oh, how dare you? Oh, how dare you?
Stop deflecting to Spurs fans. Stop deflecting.
Well, you're sounding a lot like him. Fucking dumb. Dumb opinions on Spurs.
I am not a Spurs fan. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm giving you my unbiased opinion on what is going on at Tottenham. No hate at all. Genuinely, you are glossing over the poor
No
results.
hate at all towards Spurs? I don't think that's
I'm trying to give them
Egal.
I'm trying to give a fair, balanced opinion. Ipswich away, Ipswich at home, the players not being up for it is not down to them playing international football. Them not being up for it is not because of they want us to go out or do
so
something.
versus Crystal Palace before our last international break, they're getting bodied by Jefferson Lerma's backup.
Guess
and
what?
I'm supposed to believe that that's not acting like a bunch of bitches because they're about to go to their nation and be like, oh, look, I'm so fucking cool.
I think you overrate your players, and I think you think,
what does that have to do with them being pussies on the pitch?
This is what it has to do with them. Because they think they're better than they actually are, and they don't put in the effort, and then they get outran, and then they get...
So because Jacob from United Spurs of America said, yay, Coote Romero, now he acts like a bitch? That's what you're saying?
No. I'm not.
I wish he subscribed to the channel.
I'm not saying it's simply down to that, but it is possible that when a team is glossed, when the team is bigged up that much, when they have a good performance versus Aston Villa, they start believing they're better than they actually are.
This is a lot of assumptions about grown-ass men's feelings and opinions.
Antonio Conte said it himself.
Really weird for me.
Antonio Conte was in the building, and he said these Tottenham players don't feel like they don't. What did he say specifically? They don't feel like they have to show up or something like that, or they don't have the pressure. Something like that. Antonio Conte basically said these players don't always seem like they have the pressure on them. So they kind of relieve the pressure after a big win, and then they go up against a big team, and then they show no heart, they show no fight, they show no desire, and that's kind of why he quit. So if I'm not mistaken, when you have a person who's in the field for years, longer than I've older than me and all of us, and been watching football, playing football longer than I've ever lived, telling me that that's the problem at your club, I'm gonna believe him. You have nothing
Okay,
to say.
so if we're gonna nitpick things that people say, like you could also look at the
People,
general message that was
quoted your
behind that
former
entire press
manager.
conference. Just hang on, you were fucking talking, and I'm responding to what you fucking said. Just give me a second. So, Antonio Conte said all that, but before all that, he said it's this club. This club acts a certain way. They do these things a certain way. They buy players that he didn't want, and then they expect him to play them. This is how Tottenham acts. And these players, he did say, I think the verbatim quote was, these players aren't used to playing under pressure because of the way that this club is and the way that this club treats them and shit. And I agree with it. Everything Antonio Conte said in that press conference, I agree with. And if you agree with it too, Egal, or any other Spurs fan agrees with it, then really all you're saying is I'm correct in believing that Ainge isn't the fucking problem here. Because Ainge, I didn't know who the fuck he was when Antonio Conte was grilling my club. So this isn't a Ainge Postecoglou problem. He's trying to fix the problem, and you're going to see symptoms of the aforementioned problem regurgitate itself like a dusty ass cat hacking itself up. That's what we do. That's what we've been doing. Ainge is trying to fix it. Tell the cat, stop licking your dirty ass hair. Eat the food, you stupid cat. And the cat, and the fucking cat fans are all like, oh no, save the kitty. You poor little kitty. Fuck that cat. All right, fuck his hairball. Ainge is gonna fucking get him the fuck out of here. We're gonna fix this fucking club.
Let's see.
That's it.
Yo, can I tell you guys something? He is fighting international clubs and cats to deflect.
And his
No,
own
it
fan
was-
base.
It was just an analogy. It was like a really shitty metaphor.
And his own fans.
Okay, I'm done.
No,
Hey,
it's
listen.
because it's Spurs fans more than anything that piss me off.
You know the
I
thing is,
used to
Jacob-
think it was Arsenal that had the worst
You know
fans,
the
but
thing is,
hey,
Jacob,
we're competing.
Hussam had to speak to me to try to get an opinion on me criticizing my players, and I feel like I have to speak to you just to speak about your performance.
Mm.
And you're not going to speak about your performance. You're not going to speak about how bad you're.
I did. I said they act like a bunch of pussies getting bodied, just like we did at Crystal Palace right before an international break. And then I went on to say fuck X, Y, and Z countries.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
Overall-
I tried to fight the
Overall-
narrative that Coote cares more about Argentina than he does about Spurs, and I can't fight that anymore. It's like saying,
I don't think
Pamela
that's
Anderson
true.
ain't
I
got
don't
big
think
titties.
that's true. I think he acknowledges you guys pay his wages, and he does care about your team. It's just going into a World Cup. Going into a World Cup, even Virgil van Dijk was kind of preparing himself so he didn't get injured ahead of the World Cup.
Well, again, I just see it as though this is a thing that happens continually. Players who go off for their international teams, half-ass fucking performances, and allow weaker opponents to body them for 90 minutes. Same thing for Palace. Same thing for Ipswich. They both needed a win. They wanted it more. And when the dog is hungrier than the other dog, it's going to eat. That's just the bottom line. And when you act...
Answer it, Jacob.
What's the point of any club, right? I don't know. It's kind of a stupid question.
Okay. Anyway, let me just do these.
And
super
those
chats before we
comments
move on.
even crazier. What the fuck are we doing? Today's stream has been mental.
It has been. It has been. Egal, the reason why you were able to come back from a lead is refs hated Klopp and LFC playing basketball. I think he means AFC.
By the way, I said that was a penalty, and even if we gave you guys the penalty, it then would have been 1-1. We don't know what would have happened.
Mm-hmm. Fairs. Egal, why do you want LFC to fall off so badly?
Because I want to win the league. Are you dumb?
Can you not insult Elijah, please?
Elijah, I'm sorry. I just meant it's a silly question. You know I'm an Arsenal fan. Why would I want Liverpool to win the league?
There you are. Thank you. Jacob, how about them Cowboys?
They're so
I think they lost yesterday, right? I tell you what,
Eagles,
I've watched 3 minutes of NFL this season. I can't fucking stand the amount of commercials. When I was a kid, I feel like a boomer, being like, back in my day, they've ruined the fucking sport, bro. When they introduced the red hat referee, which is the guy who says, "Hey, all you athletes, just stand still. We're in a commercial break." It's a fuck sport. So I don't watch it anymore, but the Cowboys can hold that. Jerry Jones is a fraud.
Whoa, that was your former employee,
Yeah, he used to pay my. He don't fucking feed me
Employer,
anymore.
not employee.
He don't feed me
Yeah,
shit no more.
employer.
I got this
Employee.
memorabilia.
Employer.
I got all this bullshit, but
Imagine
Bro,
Jerry Jones was
on a
was
serious
Jacob's
note, imagine-
employee.
Who's worse?
Jacob must be
Jerry Jones or Daniel
balling
Levy?
right now.
Yo,
Who's
Jacob,
worse?
I'm trying to
Jerry
be
Jones
your
or Daniel
employee
Levy?
too,
Who's
then.
worse?
Daniel Levy, because Jerry Jones actually loves the sport, cares about the sport. He's a nerd about the sport. He's just dumb when it comes to decision makings. Daniel Levy's dumb with decision makings, doesn't give a fuck. He used to support Villa, then lied and said, "Oh, I actually supported Tottenham all my life." And it's a lie. He goes to clubs and he bankrupt them, and then he disappears. Look at AK Athens. Poor AK Athens had to fucking get it out the mud after Enoch Group left they ass. So again, he doesn't love the sport. He doesn't love the club. He doesn't care about winning.
Good
Jerry
question.
Jones loves all those things.
Answer this: is Romero still better than Saliba?
I mean, he's better at getting booked less. I can say that. He's better at staying on the pitch more. How about that?
Is he?
I mean, how many red cards Saliba got?
One.
How many yellow cards your manager got?
I don't know. You keep track
More
of
than
that?
Romero. That's what I know.
Okay. Big up to my guy. JW says point
I
of
love that.
Spurs is to be Spursy. That's
Well,
Sometimes
you
they
know,
be
the
good,
term
sometimes they be
Spursy,
shit.
I had to cook these UK folks that run a television channel over there, the Premier League Productions or whatever the fuck. I don't know if it's like an online channel. The two hosts were these fucking Arsenal losers. They were like, "Oh, so what you just described sounds like y'all are Spursy, huh?" I was like, "Well, to just educate you fucking Twitter merchants, Spursy was originated because of how good we used to be in the '80s, and then when we got relegated, then it became let's laugh at them. They're Spursy. You know, it's just how a word develops through generations, and now it is a joke because." Literally, we don't fucking win trophies. Last one was 2008. I was in high school in 2008. The man I was in 2008 is so different than the man I am now. So when I think about the distance in between that and the fact there's 0 fucking trophies and it's Pochettino's dumbass losing 3 finals, it's Jose not even getting to coach in a final. It's all that. I think about all that.
You wanna
Okay.
know something? Nobody.
You want to
cares.
know something? Egal, I want to move on. I don't خلاص. We've chat on Spurs enough. And this super chat drives us perfectly to the next segment, final segment of the stream. We promised the guys the David Coote VAR segment, and we might use it as well to talk about the club that's top of the Champions League and top of the Premier League.
Shout out the
You get
UCL
me?
table.
Oh yeah.
toppers.
Also, by the way, United won this week as well too. Yeah. By the way,
Okay.
Nobody cares.
Okay, Sheikh, let me ask you honestly.
I'm just saying for people who
Okay,
didn't
no
know,
problem, no
just
problem. Let me
I
ask
just
you
wanna
honestly.
mention- Yeah.
First of all, I'm a good friend because I'm allowing you to talk about your club on your own channel after this that we're sending the people to. So I'm going to give you an exclusive segment. And second of all, let's be serious, Sheikh. When are you going to be interesting again? When Amorim is there. Right now, it's like you're in
That's
this
an
half.
exclusive segment.
Hey, all I'm
Can I say
saying
Gray
one thing
area.
though? I like Ahmad.
all I'm
Ahmad's
saying
a
is
likable
this
player.
this
true.
irrelevant club. that
Suddenly,
you
we
guys
dropped
keep trying to
400
say,
viewers. We're talking about Man United. Let's talk about the relevant club.
We're
Let's
only
talk
4
about
points
biggest
behind
club in
Arsenal.
England.
We're only 4 points.
Let's talk about
behind
Liverpool.
Arsenal.
PJ Mawal in trouble. Coote admitted that it's him in the viral video. Also, rumors that refs hated on Arteta last season after the disgrace comments. Now, I could be shameless and I could start this section myself, or I could ask Egal to start. But there is this one shameless bastard on the top right. Massive
What?
shameless bastard. This guy commented. I put out the David Coote you're a disgrace video earlier on. And this guy was one of the first commenters commented on my video saying, it's not that deep. This fraud commented. You know, I cooked him in the response already, but I want to hear
I
his
didn't even see
opinion.
your response.
I'll tell you my response right now. So this is Lewis' response, right? Lewis comment is, let me just go to it right now. Deep. Where's the word deep? Okay. Out of context. This is Lewis's response. It isn't that deep. My response is, of course you don't think it's that deep, you City sympathizer. Also, if it's not that
There you
deep,
are.
why do you insult Anthony Taylor anytime he refs Chelsea? So, Mr. Lewis, why is it not that deep that a Premier League referee insults? By the way, if you guys know, that guy is on some class A drugs in that video.
Bro,
Allegedly.
Yeah,
he has a
Allegedly.
pancake face. He looks fucked up in the face.
he couldn't look
Hey,
straight. He couldn't look.
I'm
straight.
not even,
Yeah.
guys, I am not throwing any accusations out there.
Some
Allegedly.
say they met on Grinder. That's
because
what I
it's
heard.
important to say this. Allegedly, You get me? I'm not making any accusations.
Allegedly, the two met on Grindr, and it was a lovers' quarrel, and that's why the videos have now been released.
He looks like
Crazy.
he has snorted about 15 lines before that video. That's all I'm fucking saying. So why is it not that deep, Mr. Lewis? Talk to me, brother.
So from what I saw, he called Klopp a "see you next Tuesday." I don't want you to get demonetized.
Thank you.
Referenced a bunch of like bad experiences that he had dealing with Klopp. Then said he didn't mind Milner, and that was all I really got from the video. Like, I feel like that's a personal opinion of someone that he's had to work alongside for matches, and he's not even in the Premier League anymore. So, yeah, that's why I didn't think it was.
Yeah, but
that
don't
deep.
you think that affects the integrity of the game?
Not depends on decisions. Like, I've never really heard Liverpool fans speak about David Coote the way we speak about Anthony Taylor, or the way Arsenal fans speak about Michael Oliver or every other referee. But I've never really heard that.
I've insulted David Coote before in the past, and Anthony Taylor, and what's his name? That bald prick, Simon Hooper. I've insulted all of them. And you want to know something? I realized something. The fact that we all know these Premier League referee names tells me all I need to know. Why the fuck do we know all the referee names? To begin
Honestly,
with?
I ain't heard his name in a minute. Like, the only thing I've heard from a referee say outside of football that annoyed me was when Mark Clattenburg said, what was it? It was after the Battle of the Bridge in 2016. And he was like, I didn't want to send off any Tottenham players in case they blamed me for them bottling the league
Can I
title.
give you an example? There was
And
a
it's like,
referee.
what? That
There
is
was-
literally influencing a game. What David Coote said didn't sound like he was influencing anything.
Okay, but I'll tell you
It
something.
sounded like
he didn't
honestly.
like it,
Lewis,
yeah.
Lewis. Egal, sorry, I have to respond to that point. On a real, Lewis, if you have that much vitriol and hatred towards someone,
You're
you know
biased.
that's going to influence your decision making on the pitch. Let's be serious.
Definitely.
You know, David Coote was the referee against Villa. You watched the game. Mo was running through on goal. He said there was no foul in the build-up. He didn't even give a yellow to the fucker, by the way.
I won't front. I'm gonna have to watch that one back again. But like, has he made a string of bad decisions against you, like an Anthony Taylor, like a Michael Oliver?
Oh,
with
that's
Arsenal?
Van
where you're going.
Dijk, I'll give you two major ones. Van Dijk on Pickford. He was the VAR ref that day. And he,
Oh, the leg break.
Oh, the
yes, and
right,
he
should've been a red
forgot
card, right? Yeah.
that he was allowed to send Pickford off on VAR. And
Crazy.
the second one, Odegaard, basketball in our penalty box.
Okay, so there's two then. Okay,
And
maybe
those
you
are
might.
two
have
major
something.
decisions as well. Major,
Sounds like you got a
major.
case for. Sounds like you got a case against this guy.
Maybe.
One
Like, I
second,
was just
let me-
going
let
off
me
the
just say
video
this.
by itself, and I just thought,
Yeah,
okay, you don't
I
like
agree.
Klopp.
Lewis,
Because I agree with
Yeah,
Lewis
but
in
if
that
you
sense.
guys wanna
When
see
I
you
listen
next
to
Tuesday, you're gonna make decisions against them.
Lewis, I think you gotta
Maybe,
realize. I
maybe
think
like
you gotta
it's
on a
realize-
subconscious
depends on the
level, I
person.
could see
One
it.
second.
Yeah,
Guys,
it's like a judge being impartial.
these referees go online,
Hold that
and
one.
when Lewis makes fun of
Oh, shit,
Anthony
yeah, I
Taylor
meant that.
after a loss, or makes fun of Anthony Taylor after a drop points in a poor referee decision, these guys go on the internet, they see the fans' reactions, and they're like, "Yeah, I might stick it to these guys." I think these referees are biased. I think they directly impact the games, and there is visual and video evidence of it directly from this in this situation. He's blatantly telling you he doesn't like Klopp, and he's also being xenophobic. He calls him a German cunt.
See you next
Oh, I
week.
didn't hear that. Okay.
Right?
Fair
My
enough.
bad. He called him German and then said it too.
To be fair, I trash Canadians all the time, but I'm not a xenophobe.
No, but I think
just like
I think
dunking
it
on
shows
those
the
moose
next
heads.
level. Not only did he say it, he said it in a xenophobic manner. On top of
Yeah,
that,
I can see like when you
On
use
top
it
of that,
to.
see that,
Yeah.
on top of that,
Fair enough.
on top
I ain't
of
gonna.
No, you're
that,
right
this
about
is-
that. You're right
This
about
is a
that.
man.
Yeah.
This is a man who is directly impacting results across the whole league. I think this is a stand-up moment for the PGMOL. They're gonna have to sack him. They're gonna have to make an example out of him because this is not a rotten apple. Best believe they're all doing it. They all
You
have-
hate
Yeah,
Anthony
Is
it would
there-
never
is
make
there
you think
any-
that.
That
Do
is
you
the
think there's
weirdest
any
thing
hope
we
that
asked
this
for.
could
One
lead
second,
to
one
us
second.
actually holding
If
refs
Lewis-
accountable and
Lewis-
interviewing them after
Lewis-
matches?
They got
Lewis,
Eddie.
if you think Anthony Taylor has something against Chelsea, you should be also standing in solidarity with Liverpool, looking at this situation and saying this could be happening to us. So I don't want this to anybody. This is
Nah, I
disgraceful.
would if I knew him being a perennial
this-
issue for Liverpool.
And this is
but
the state.
Oh.
This is the current state of the Premier League referees. We have no trust in the referees. We have no trust in the VAR. We have no trust in the fourth official. We don't believe anything we see or hear from these guys because they just back themselves.
You have to interview them
had
after
the-
matches.
Guys, one second.
Yep,
I'm almost
yep.
done.
Fact.
They had the audacity to try to say it was AI. And then he came out afterwards and said, I'm sorry, I actually said it. And then now he's going to get punished. But he originally tried to cover it up with AI. They went to go check if they could cover it up as AI and say this was AI. And then afterwards, they came out with a statement saying anybody.
Is that
who's sharing
confirmed
this-
that they went and checked and they like?
Yeah,
They checked it, bro.
They checked.
First he denied it.
Okay,
mirror-
I was just
the mirror
asking
check.
because I fucking saw this
Why are
2
you
hours
covering-
ago.
1 second, bro. I just want pure silence. Why are you coming up for the referees? Fuck the referees. Same way you said fuck the cat. Now let's continue. As for solutions for improvement, I think I found the best solution because everyone keeps talking about foreign referees, everything else. Fuck that. The head of the PGMOL should be voted by all the clubs in English football every year, or every 2 years, or every something years.
I don't want
It should
Daniel
not just
Levy
be
having
one
a vote.
person. It should not just be one person because the FA own the PGMOL. They run the Premier League refereeing board. They set the rules for who teaches them, and every single person who refs in an English game, be it the league or the FA Cups or League Cup, are English taught referees. So foreign referees are not allowed to ref here, but they are allowed to ref in the Premier League. They need to change in the Champions League. They need to change that and bring in other refs from across the world also. They need to make sure that Howard Webb's job is not a universal job that he can have for as long as he wants. It needs to be something that's voted in like a president of any other business. So that can actually bring change for the good. But yeah, I'm done.
I think there is a big problem here. What if Michael Oliver is saying the same thing about Arsenal behind closed doors? What if Anthony Taylor is saying the same thing about Chelsea behind closed doors? These are all possibilities, you guys. We cannot ignore this reality. And I have a problem. You know my problem with this whole referee conversation? If Enzo Maresca loses 10 games in a row, they're going to sack him. If Arne Slot loses 10 games in a row, we're going to sack him. If Amorim loses his first 15 games, Man United, they're going to sack him. If Ainge loses the next 10 games, they're going to sack him. If Arteta loses 20 games, they're going to sack him. But these refs have no consequences. And it takes a video like this for everyone to come out and say, yeah, man, we should actually have consequences for these referees. These are the same referees that are incompetent week in, week out, incompetent week in, week out, don't deliver week in, week out, and make these shit decisions week in, week out. I'm not saying the refs haven't made decisions in favor of Liverpool. I'm not taking away the human element. Yes, the refs have made decisions in favor of Liverpool before. The refs have made decisions in favor of Arsenal before, no problem. I agree if you tell me all clubs have things that go against them, but you must end the sentence with except Man City. That's my only thing.
No.
Because I'm not even making up agendas. We lost a league title by a point after this.
Oh
You know
my
what, this-
God, get over it. You won
No,
a
one
Champions
second,
League
one
off an
second.
armpit.
The rules were different back then.
I don't give a fuck about the rules being different. I'm talking about the goddamn handle.
From which, let me cook you, fraud. Fucking gonna take my Spurs down the
that is-
tractor road.
I did just research and find out that David Coote was on VAR for that.
This guy right here. 1 point we lost the league. You think I'm cute?
Show the high boot
Well,
on
like,
Oliver
David-
Skip.
David-
Now show the high
David-
boot on
that one
Oliver
too.
Skip. No, show the high boot on Oliver
Was he
Skip.
on VAR for that as
you
well?
ain't gonna show that fucking
Hussam,
photo.
Was he on VAR for
Point.
the Doku one?
No, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm getting pissed off with this. Y'all whine, just fucking, the refs, they don't like me. Shut it all up.
Just say
Oliver
that
Skip
make-
takes a fucking boot in the face, not even a yellow, not even reviewed. I don't
Okay.
give a fuck though. We
I
move.
not just-
We move
did I
on.
not- did
You
I not just say-
armpit yourself to a Champions League. You stole our champion. The one Champions League I wanted most.
So
You
when
stole it
Divock
from
Origi
me
scored, was that an
off
armpit
a
as
French
well?
armpit.
Watch
All right,
that.
a French armpit.
And when Origi scored, was that an armpit as well?
The game was gone by that point.
Blame it on the guy. Blame it on the man who dropped Lucas.
Sit your ass down. No.
Blame
It
it on the
also,
man
it
who
also is
dropped Lucas more,
Pochettino's
isn't
fault,
it?
but it's also Harry Kane's fault because he peer pressured Poch into that
It's
decision.
very easy. Poch tax.
See who's
Say it with
agreeing
me.
you?
Poch tax.
See who's agreeing with you? That tells you all you need to know. This who's agreeing with you. You want to be in the same category as this guy,
Bro.
Jacob? Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think all our clubs have had decisions go against them and for them. The only one that I don't think it actually evens out is Man City. It's not an agenda. I'm not making shit up. I can go back to about 500 different decisions where Manchester City were favored. I can recall for everyone on this panel disgraces of refereeing decisions against us. I can't do the same for Man City. I can't. Your best example is advantage played against Spurs when fucking Grealish was running through on goal and they had 5 defenders quicker than him that could have caught up to him. That's the only example that anyone can bring up. Last season, Onana has a Crystal Palace player dancing in front of him, goal given. Week after, Akanji attempts to win the ball with his foot in front of the Fulham goalkeeper, goal given. Different rules for different players. That's just the reality of the situation. And I could go back to multiple examples. The hand of fraud, the shameless 130 charges pricks called it. And I could go back to the Doku. By the way, we were top of the league at the time. We get a penalty. We beat Man City 2-1. Maybe we go on to win the league. How do I know if we don't win the league at that point in time? Doku switching music to Alexis McAllister. Right in front of Michael Oliver's eyes, by the way. And I'm just saying, I have an issue with referees not facing any consequences. You must, what Jacob said, give them interviews after the game. You must give them a certain level tolerance of mistakes. Meaning, I'm not expecting a referee to turn into a fucking AI robot and get every decision right on a 90-minute game. He's going to get some shit wrong, whether it be a throw-in, blah, 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 no problem. But there shouldn't be some form of point system where if you're making like 5 mistakes, huge mistakes, blah, 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 you get sacked. You get demoted to the championship, to League 1, to League 2. And maybe they bring him the best referee in the championship to start like reffing Premier League games. Like you have to make it in a way where there is a reward system. Just like in the Premier League, we're going to reward the best team in the league by handing them the Premier League trophy. We're going to punish the worst team in the league by relegating them. There is rewards and punishment and everything in sports except referees. I think the referees get away with it far too often. I watched Chelsea Bournemouth. Anthony Taylor gave 7 million yellow cards in that game. Ruined the whole flow of the game. That was actually a good game of football. Absolutely fucked it. Why does he not have consequences of ruining the viewing for people watching all over the world? Liverpool play Manchester City in 2 weeks. Highly anticipated. All over the world. Everyone going to watch Liverpool, Manchester City. There will be some referee who wants to make it about himself in that match, ruining it for everyone. Michael Oliver. You want to know how many decisions he had against Arsenal? Kovacic could have been sent off last season twice at the Emirates. Didn't get sent off once. I could go on and on and on and on. He couldn't wait to send off Trossard for letter of the law. But why doesn't the letter of the law apply to all the other clubs as well? Letter of the law, Haaland threw the ball at Gabriel's back. Letter of the law. Letter of the law, Doku kicked the ball away. Letter of the law. Give him a yellow then. You're going to apply the stuff, apply it all the way. That's my point. And we have all consistently complained about referees. Why hasn't Hamza ever complained about referees? Why hasn't the City fan complained about referees? Not because they have the mentality and they have the wins. No. Because they don't have decisions go against them. You cannot use a major decision go against Manchester City because you can't remember any. Simple as. Destroyed.
I just want to say, David Coote was the 4th official for the Doku switch in music, by the way. He was at the game. He was the 4th official. So, yeah.
What's this?
I just checked.
One sec. I want Anthony
And what do you
Taylor
do in those situations to make sure you learn?
Fuck Chelsea. Chelsea shit. Pussy or what? Say something.
Yeah, I want him gone as well. Get rid of him.
I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for it. I actually thought he was going to say something.
He gave us 2
I
FA
thought he
Cups.
was going to say something,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. So, just finally on my club, Shikh, I'll come to you first as a rival.
Yeah.
Unbiased rival, in the words of Egal.
Yeah.
Liverpool top of the league. Liverpool top of the Champions League. Talk to me about Liverpool and tell me, is the Egyptian king the best player in the league and possibly the world right now?
Asking me all these questions, Let me just talk about Liverpool, but bias aside and stuff like that too. I think Liverpool, they're serious at the moment. I think they've put out the statement that they are title contenders this season for sure. And yeah, I mean, like when you guys lost to Forest at home, I said it was going to be a slump. I think what Slot's able to do with this team so far has been impressive, considering the fact that as watching you, Hussam, in the summer, you said you needed, DMs and more players into the team. I think what he's doing is definitely applaudable. Obviously, you have the rest of the season to see, and injuries and all that stuff. Like, this happens to everyone, and it's more of just like how Slot's gonna react to it when there's adversity. Because right now everything's going great, you're flying, all that type of stuff, right? And then though there might be a dip. And you'd want to see how your manager can respond to that. So, I mean, there's not, as a United fan, I hate just even saying this. Like, Liverpool, top of the league, top of the Champions League. Mo Salah is not slowing down. When does this guy ever slow down? Seriously, if we keep it a buck. Yeah, and they're cruising, man. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Liverpool for sure. Obviously, I'm always praying for the downfall, but at this point, it's like the teams that are in contention for the league are Liverpool, Manchester City, and Arsenal, if you want to consider all my ops. So it's like I wouldn't want any of them to win, but it is what it is. But being a real person, like, yeah, I think I wouldn't say like I definitely like applaud Liverpool and their approach and how they've like come out this season, considering all these different things that they have. But yeah, that's all I can really say. Let's see what happens with the rest of the season. If they drop points or if they do like have a little bit of a slump, how do they respond from that? So let's see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Lewis, have you learned the lyrics to You'll Never Walk Alone?
No, not yet. My memory's a bit shaky, but yeah, Liverpool won again. No surprise there. I expected you guys to beat Villa. I wasn't really too worried about it. Salah bagged again. Shock, horror. Clean sheet. Same shit, different week, innit? Same shit, different week.
Is Mo the best player in the league?
Right now, I could hear it. Yeah. Right now, I could hear it.
Who would you guys say is the best player in the league right now? All of you.
It's supposed to be Phil Foden, apparently.
Egal, let it go, bro. Let it go. We've already destroyed Phil Foden. Fucking hell, bro. We've already cooked him.
Yeah.
Phil Foden is shit,
have to
Egal.
say it's Salah.
Doku is
You have
better
to
than
say
Phil
it's Salah.
Foden this season. Happy? Let it go, man. Who's the best player in the league this season, Egal?
The best player in the league this season is Chris Wood.
You're such a shameless bastard.
No.
honestly.
Based on pound for pound for expectations, it's Chris Wood.
Well,
You
he
know,
did
Mo-
win Premier League Player of the Month.
Mo broke a record this season. Earliest ever guy to get to 10 goals, 10 assists. Earlier than even Messi did it. You know this? You know how
Listen,
fucked up-
I love Mohamed Salah.
No.
Mohamed Salah, 1 second.
Check
I
it,
like
bro.
Mohamed-
He did it
One
earlier
second.
than Messi.
I like Mohamed Salah.
No.
Muslim brother doing everything. I personally think if Mo Salah wasn't Egyptian and he was Dutch, for example, he would have already gotten a Ballon d'Or.
I think this season, only way the Vinicius prop now is gonna be like next level. So this is where, if Mo wants to win the Ballon d'Or, he needs to like score a hat-trick against Real Madrid, us win 3-0, and us win like UCL, and he scores in the final. But currently, the numbers is Ballon d'Or numbers. How the fuck do you have 20 GA in November, bro?
Yes,
20 GA November 10th, 20 GA. Are you guys like aware how? I know some people don't like stats and shit. Whether you like stats or not, 20 GA in November is not normal.
Yeah,
That's
he's not-
like-
he is playing at the best.
So I'm saying he
not-
doesn't stop.
He is
You
currently
think he's gonna decline, but he really doesn't decline. That's the thing.
No. The
When is
question
when is
right
going to be
now.
Salah's decline, right? That's the
The
question.
question right now is not is Mo Salah the best in the league. The question right now is how high does Mo Salah rank in Premier League grades?
Listen. Here's the thing with this conversation.
That'll be an argument when he's gone.
Yeah, that would be an
Is he
argument.
higher than? Is he the best African player to ever play in the Premier League?
Yes, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's up there.
Better than Drogba?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'd say because him and Drogba both never won AFCON anyway. So it's
Spurs
not like
had the
Drogba-
best Egyptian, so it's hard to say.
Is he the greatest African player to play? Would you say he's
Drogba's
better
got
than
what, 4 league
Eto'o
titles, though? I
or
don't know.
would you say he's better than Eto'o? Would you say he's
No.
better than
No, I think Eto'o is above Mo.
Okay, and then now when you put him right winger,
But when you say Eto'o, like, bro, even Lewis will tell you this. Eto'o, when he came to Chelsea, was not Samuel Eto'o of Inter and Arsenal. I mean, sorry.
No,
Inter
no,
and-
Eto'o up
Bro,
the
that
bridge,
same
different
Eto'o,
gravy. Away from
that
home.
same Eto'o, Hussam scored a hat trick.
Yeah,
by
against-
the way, just
he
to
wasn't
make it clear,
Eto'o like the
At the
treble
bridge.
winner.
just to
Eto'o
make it clear,
destroyed
I'm not
Big
talking about
game
Eto'o.
Eto'o, man
One
bagged
second, one second.
against Everyone on this panel,
Just to make it
everyone.
clear, I'm
The
talking
guy
about
scored a
Eto
hat trick
as
and
an
was
African
saying his
player.
back was hurt.
We're not
Like, I
talking
still
about him
remember that.
as
Like, I still
as a Premier League player. Now,
Proper Chelsea.
until Mo Salah does it again and wins you the league again or wins you the Champions League again, there will still always be the case that maybe he didn't win enough for you guys. That's
You know,
fair.
I actually went back and I did calculations. Out of the 15 games we had this season, Salah was directly involved in us winning 12 of them. I wish I'm exaggerating. I could literally go through. I could go through the games right now. Count in
Yeah,
front
he's
of
been
you.
ridiculous.
He's the
Yeah,
definition of what every team wants. Of
And you wanna know
consistent player
You want
that
to know
wins
the
the
good
game.
thing about this season? There is no AFCON.
Yo, why is
There is
Yeah,
Why
no
is it-
Jackson disappearing. I'm
one
with
second?
you.
Why is it that
No Basuma getting malaria.
Husam, how is it that nobody what?
You must have had malaria before, innit?
He went to AFCON. He got malaria.
He threw me
Oh
off.
shit! I never knew about that.
He threw me off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that threw me off as well. I was like, wait, what?
It was a real
Oh.
thing. He got malaria last year in AFCON. Yeah.
We need to be more involved in Spurs news. I've never heard of that. Fair enough. Fair enough. Mo Salah got an injury at AFCON as well.
Mad.
See, and there's always someone taking it to the next level. I'm taking JJ over Mo Salah. You know,
Nah,
Scully,
JJ.
I'm a respectful human being. When Egal asked me Eto or Mo, I say Eto, no problem. I respect greatness. But don't bring me JJ or Kocha before I slap the fuck out of you. Fucking Bolton player,
Mira.
you're here to Mo. Have some respect. Have some respect.
I think Mohamed Salah is actually disrespected, not because he's a Liverpool player, but because he's Egyptian.
No, I don't think that. I think Mo Salah is disrespected because this was completely unexpected from him. When we first bought him, no one expected this fucking 8 years later. No one. When we first bought him, first of all, there's a journalist who called him just another Juan Cuadrado. And there's the Sky Sports and the stuff like that comes on like the news is like former Chelsea flop Mo Salah signs for Liverpool, and 8 years later he's broken everyone's fucking record. I just think it's just caught everyone by storm. And the one thing that shut people up is the consistency, because one thing that shuts everyone up is how long you do something for. The fact that you've done this for 8 years straight, everyone's like, bro.
Yeah.
In the words of Shikh, this guy ain't slowing down. Like this is not stopping anytime soon here.
LeBron
So this is-
James' level of consistency.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the level
Heung-min
of-
Son level of consistency.
yeah, that's
that
why
guy-
Son is one of the best swingers in Premier League history. No one will deny that.
Yeah, but he wasted his career at Spurs.
Now, when it comes
Okay.
to overall, Jacob, let it go. Let it be a flyby comment.
Yeah,
When it comes
yeah.
when it comes to greatest players of all time, I'm the type of guy that like to give respect to the people before, like the likes of Henry, the likes of Rooney, the likes of Lampard, John Terry. I like what a player does on an individual level. John Terry, in the era where the Premier League was not the best league in the world, was in the World 11 5 times. That's why I keep the same energy for Stevie G as well. He was in the World 11 3 times. Like, these things matter for me in the long run. But, yeah. Okay, anyway, listen. Let me just do these superchats before we wrap up. Big up to my guy Ed, who says, oh, we've read that one already. And this one. And this one.
And this one.
Okay, this one we haven't read. Bluntly, xenophobia. No room for racism, they say. And then they call him a German. See you next Tuesday. It's crazy.
They're gonna get him.
Bro,
Yeah, he's
I'll be honest with
done
you.
after that anyway.
Can we all agree if he referees another Premier League game, this league is fucked? Can we everyone agree on
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
even VAR.
There
Yeah.
has to be
Anything.
I'm
No,
hoping
No,
this
no,
will
he
be the
can't
catalyst
be
to
in
shouldn't
change.
be
VAR,
there.
he
He
can't be
shouldn't
on
be there.
VAR,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
can't
he
be
shouldn't
fourth
be there.
official.
Yeah.
I don't
Shouldn't
care
be
if he
anywhere
has
near it.
the watch.
Yeah.
He
They
can't
have
do
to get
anything.
rid of him.
Yeah, he can't. He can't.
I mean,
ref any of it.
if I'm from the area, I'm getting him out of a fucking job. I'm protesting. You know what I mean? Like the blatant. Anyway.
Yeah. 100%. What's the procedure? Replace all refs legitimately? The
Go to
procedure is-
Brazil. Go to Brazil and get all the Brazilian refs because they're used to playing. They're used to refereeing matches, or else their head's going to get cut off if they get a bad call. All right,
I think
that's the level. Maybe not
all
that
of us
extreme,
have
but
provided actual
Replace
solutions.
Howard Webb.
Yeah. Listen, all of us have provided actual solutions. Red Indian. Egal said there must be like some form of like consequences. I agreed with that. Jacob said interview after the game. I think interview after the game is key, by the way, because like we need the same reporter.
Now you got to
that goes
speak
like,
for your fucking actions. Yeah.
exactly the same reporter that goes like, Enzo Maresca, why did you lose today's game? Arne Slot, why did you lose today's game? The same reporter can go like, hey, David Coote, why did you not send that guy off? Why did you give that
Hey,
as offside?
Diogo
Simple.
Jota
Alan,
clearly footed Oliver Skip right in the face, and he didn't get a red card. What was the thought process
yeah,
behind
exactly.
that?
So ask
Also,
Perfect time.
also,
Yeah.
CEOs have to hold. CEOs have to give people like updates
Fuck
when things are going wrong, right? I think the Premier League referees have to be held to an account to the point where their leadership should be held accountable for this kind of issue.
you can't have the best league in the world with the worst refs in the world. End of. In the video, we hate Scousers. He's not impartial plus impact games. It's corrupt. Doku, Odegaard, Pickford decisions plus more German C. Foreign refs is City's solution. You know one
That's
thing.
not allowed by the FA.
That's
I
not
was
allowed by
gonna
the
say,
FA, but then they need
yeah,
to allow it.
foreign
In
refs.
Saudi Arabia,
The FA have a law that states in order to referee in English leagues or cup competitions, you need to have gotten your certifications through the English FA.
but doesn't an Australian referee in this league, I
Yes,
swear?
he got re-educated once he arrived.
طب okay, bring a bunch of Italians and re-educate them. Where's the
Yeah.
problem? You want to know who did this solution? The Saudi league had so many like bad Saudi referees that they fully have foreign referees now. They gave up. They're khalas, foreign referees. Let's go.
I don't know why they make it so weird. Why it's not like you're running for
You're
fucking
telling me there's not
office.
one Saudi referee?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not
referees-
like
You're not fucking
It's just
trying to be
fucking us.
president.
Exactly. Like if referees can go from here and go like referee in Europe, why can't other referees come?
They
here
go to
referee
Dubai
here?
every other
Like,
week and
why-
the referee
This is
and
what I don't
fucking.
understand. Like it makes
No,
no
you
sense.
know-
Yeah, and by the way, like offside and VAR, yeah, you don't even need to speak English. Like what offside,
You know
VAR,
what it is?
like
It's
beat me. You don't need to speak like red card, yellow card. We don't
Guys,
even need to talk.
if you have power, you're never going to supersede it. So they want to hold on to it as much as they can and keep it in house.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I hope this can be something to chip away at that
Like the start of something. Yeah,
impregnable
yeah.
fucking armor that they have. Where
I
it's
hope this leads
we're
to,
so
like, a lot more
English and look at my
investigations and
fucking
stuff like
tea. Fuck your tea. I drink coffee. Real men, it's harder on your stomach. All right.
Thank you.
Real men
Thank
do what's fucking difficult on your body.
Black coffee, no cream, no milk,
No sugar, no cream, not just black
Straight man
coffee.
How about you just drink
Yeah.
water, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, I
Coffee
drink
is
that
good
too.
for your health, Egal. And I drink water as well.
Drink
go.
no tea.
Water.
Water. Lewis, how to pronounce this city?
Cheshire.
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 Yeah, I would have said Cheshire. Say that
Like the
again, Lewis.
Cheshire
Lewis.
cat from Alice in
Cheshire.
Wonderland.
Cheshire.
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 Yeah.
Because it's not two separate words.
Yeah, but
The
I would
I
have said
silent.
Cheshire.
Cheshire
I
You
is
thought-
not
say
two separate words.
Lancashire. You know,
Like the
Lancashire.
Cheshire cat from Alice in
Like
Wonderland.
Cheshire, Lancashire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying as well. 90% of refs in Cheshire biased to the Manc clubs is what Sidi says.
Apparently, they went to
hey.
the same high school.
They're a bunch of bastards as well. The Anthony ref as well is a Manc bastard. They're all a bunch
Where
of
is
bastards.
Cheshire?
Cheshire.
Where is Cheshire?
Do you guys
In
believe?
Manchester.
1 second. Do you guys
Oh.
believe there was a referee that could be betting on games? That refs in the Premier League.
Hey,
I
if
wouldn't
there
be
was a big
surprised.
footballer that did it, then why
That
not?
happened in the NBA.
That happened in the Italian league 20 years ago. Big up footage at Mo. Big up to Ubaid. Last super chat before we wrap up. Anthony Taylor is on the FB. Ubaid, you fraud. I said Anthony Taylor's on the FBI watch list. Lewis, not last round.
They're too busy worrying about protecting Trump now.
Okay, fair enough.
No, they're trying to stop P. Diddy and the Epstein list from coming out.
I heard Trump's.
They're
gonna
busy
release
with that.
Okay,
Cool.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
fair enough. Big up
Expose the
Trump
frauds.
and
I'm all about it.
this week.
Yep.
If you know, you know. Anyway, on that note, we're gonna wrap up the stream here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. We're closing in on 41k. We're like 200 subs away. Keep subscribing to the channel. Keep showing us love. Also, go subscribe to Carefree Lewis G. It's in the description. Go subscribe to United Spurs of America for 2 weeks of fighting the ways. Go subscribe to Egal Talks Football for 2 weeks of fighting the Arteta outers. And this stream is going to take you over to Shikh TV, ladies and gentlemen. because
Let's
he's going
get
live for the Mud Brothers. I want you all to spam something in his chat because there's this big fraud on his chat. Is he on today, Spooby?
He's on today. Yeah. He's on today. He's
Perfect.
waiting. You see him waiting.
Every single one of you guys spam in his chat. Spooby is a fraud. This guy's biggest
Or-
fuckboy on the platform.
You know,
Trust me.
Staffy, shout out Staffy. He once told me a very, very something I think about every time I hear the name Spooby. He said, "What the fuck is a Spooby?" And you know, I've thought about that. I don't think anyone can say.
That's why Spooby's a fraud.
Scooby's a dog.
Sheikh was trying to. Sheikh
No,
was
that's
trying-
Scooby.
That's Scooby. Egal. That's Scooby.
Yeah, that's Scooby. Sheikh was trying to
Scooby-Doo.
get a thumbnail, and Spooby sent him a mirror selfie.
Yeah.
You fraud. You ginger.
Or do
fraud. So,
WTF is a Spooby?
Is that
He
his
sent,
name?
he sent me a proper one though.
Scooby?
He sent me a proper one though. Now he sent me like a proper one.
yeah,
Wait,
just
wait,
listen.
Is
Whatever it
is
says,
that his name?
go
It's
insult
not his
Spooby in the comment
not his
section.
Yeah.
You get me? So yeah. Anyway, see you guys over in Sheikh's chat. I'm gonna be insulting Spooby as well. Love you all, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Scooby's a
Inshallah.
French rapper.
Chelsea.
Yes,
Forgot about
Egal, why you always like to ask questions at the end? What do you want? Tell me.
No, Scooby is a French rapper.
Okay, big up to Spooby, the French rapper. So tomorrow, inshallah, 1:30 p.m. UK time. Hussam X Tom X Callum X Matt, and at night I've got Flawless, I've got Nobbins, I've got Andrew and Martin coming on to talk about the Premier League managers. Love you all, and see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Peace.
Cheers.